who struck out the two batters he faced in the sixth inning, Hazelbaker and Garcia. Cardinals had picked up a run in that inning to add to their lead. Zip working from the stretch, misses outside. 2-2. Cardinals scored 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and added 1 in the sixth inning. Colton is 1 for 3. Swing and a foul over the Cardinals' dugout and almost into the upper deck, and a souvenir.
Wouldn't mind seeing another run or two.
Oh boy, it feels a little too close for my comfort. 5-1 Cardinal lead. They've out-hit Houston 8-2. And so far it has been an errorless game. Long ready, and the next pitch is hit high to right field and deep. Back goes Springer, but he's going to catch that ball right in front of the warning track as Colton got under it just a tad for out number 1. Let's pause for station identification right here. You're listening to the St. Louis Cardinals Baseball Network.
Live from the Habib BPC Studios, this is WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Cardinal right fielder is Stephen Piscotty today. He is 1 for 3. Had a single that drove in a couple of runs in the third inning. He takes a strike from Sip. Does not hit very hard. In fact, Piscotty's looked uncomfortable at the plate today. But he did pick up RBI 66 and 67. They set up outside for Piscotty. Next pitch is fouled back. Again, an off-balance swing by Steven, who's hitting .274, 17 home runs on the season. Bounced into a double play, singled and scored, and then he struck out against the reliever Hoyt. Facing Sip for the first time, who comes set at the belt. Castro sets up inside on Piscotty. Here's the pitch. Fouled back as he hit his spot. Count remains 0-2. Very deep in the left is Kemp. It's Kemp, Hernandez, and Springer in the outfield from left to right. They have Bregman and Correa on the left side of the infield. Altuve and Gonzalez on the right side. Castro does the catching. Sip, the third pitcher of the day. Change up low to Piscotty. $27,508 fans on hand here, or at least that many have paid for this game. Not a great crowd, but it's been a good game so far from the Cardinals' point of view. 5-1 St. Louis. We're in the seventh. Next delivery is fouled straight back. Piscotty was on that one. Much better swing, much better balance for Piscotty. Carlos Martinez has been very good here this afternoon. He has thrown 67 pitches in 6 innings. Really low pitch count, so it looks like he can continue. Had a leadoff double in the inning in the 6th to give up his first hit. Next delivery to Piscotty bounces at the plate. 2-2. Teoscar Hernandez hit a ground ball just over the third base bag, and that broke the chance of a no-hitter today for Carlos. And then with 2 outs, Alex Bregman, the rookie, drove in his 7th run on a base hit up the middle. So 1 run allowed on 2 hits against Carlos. Piscotty. Bat held high. 2-2 count to him. Line drive, base hit to left field. Over Bregman's head, the third baseman, and into the corner. Piscotty thinking too, and he's going to make it. That ball got into the corner as the left fielder Kemp was playing deep but way off the line. So Piscotty picks up a double, his second hit. And the Cardinals threatening here in the 7th inning. He got an off-speed pitch he could handle. Did you know that Cardinals Authentics offers real-time items like game-used baseballs and bases directly from the field during a game, or autographed memorabilia from current players, alumni, and, of course, our wonderful Hall of Famers. Cardinals Authentics takes home a piece of the game. Purchase. All you need to do is call Cardinals Authentics at 314-345-9851. Carpenter takes ball one. Slider misses outside. RBI opportunity for Matt. He's looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Cardinals have 9 of them, and Carpenter doesn't have one yet. That's odd. In fact, he's the only Cardinal not to reach base here this afternoon. Don't count him out. Fastball outside. 2-0. Piscotty, the runner at second. Outfield deep enough, and Piscotty fast enough. He'll be a hard guy to throw at the plate, throw out at the plate, although Springer is in a few steps in right, and he does have 12 outfield assists. That ball gets away from Castro, who boxed that ball. Looks like he might have been crossed up or just missed it. Ball goes back to the screen, and Piscotty's able to advance to third. Well, the outfielders could take a step or two back. We'll see how they rule that.
Pass ball.
I believe that's the right call. He just missed it, just plumb missed it. Ball sailed on a little bit. He tried to catch it almost with an inverted glove, and it just didn't look good. If you're an Astros fan anyway. Infield in for Houston, and that's going to make Carpenter a better hitter. He's already got a 3-0 count. Will he be swinging here? Here's the pitch, 3-0, and he takes the ball high. And they ask on the appeal. Carpenter's already headed down to first, so they just say, yeah, just keep going. 1-out walk to Carpenter brings in Brandon Moss, and this may be the last hitter for Tony Sipp, as the Cardinals have right-handers to follow in Molina, Jerko, and Grichuk. Brandon Moss is 1 for 3. Hit the ball hard. His first at-bat flew out, then a single up the middle, and a strikeout. Oh, and there's a long one to right. Stay fair. It does. It's a big fly for Brandon Moss. 3-run home run, and the Cardinals lead 8-1. That ball jumped out of here.
I told you he was overdue.
He was. Home run number 22.
I smell the coffee brewing.
Yes, you do. Right on cue. 6 is a serious number. You can get any size coffee, fountain, or frozen drink tomorrow for just 50 cents at your local On the Run. And use the On the Run app to find your nearest store. You earned it. Well, that's it for Tony Sipp, which means we have a pitching change. Brought to you by Ace Brand Braces and Elastic Bandages. Visit acebrand.com or on Facebook at Ace Brand. We'll be right back.
See the game in style with Cardinals all-inclusive tickets. All-inclusive tickets for the 2016 season are on sale now and features some of the best views Busch Stadium has to offer, plus complimentary food and drinks. They start as low as $55, and there are several options to choose from. Check out the UMB Champions Club, Legends Club, Bank of America Club, and more. All-inclusive tickets are on sale now. Get yours today at cardinals.com/all-inclusive.
This is Ashley Brown from Cardinals Authentics. Did you know that we offer real-time items like game-used baseballs and bases directly from the field during a game? Or autographed memorabilia from current players, alumni, and the Hall of Famers? It can all be found at Cardinals Authentics. Cardinals Authentics. Take home a piece of the game. To purchase, call 314-345-9851 or visit us at cardinalsauthentics.com. From our field to your home.
How can you spend a Sunday in St. Louis without a home Cardinals game? How about brunch day at Cardinals Nation? You can enjoy our popular home run Sunday brunch, including a prime rib carving station, omelets made to order, chef's selection of breakfast, lunch, and dessert items, plus bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. After brunch, head into the Cardinals Museum on us. When there's no home game Sunday, there is always brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Cardinals Nation. For reservations, visit cardinalsnation.com and bring your appetite.
Hey, Mike Shannon here. Have you ever wanted to make a difference, but you just didn't know how? Well, let me tell you about an organization that I support. It's Goodwill. You can make a difference just by donating to Goodwill. Goodwill never asks for your money. They just want your stuff. They turn your donations of clothing and household goods into jobs for people with disabilities. There's a Goodwill in every neighborhood. Visit nersgoodwill.org. Give hope, give local, give goodwill.
Cardinals get deeper into the Astros bullpen. It's Michael Feliz, who is a starter in the minor leagues, and he's getting a look here out of the bullpen this season. Game number 35 for the Astros, 23 years of age, from the Dominican, and he misses outside ball one to Yadier Molina. The Cardinals have picked up 3 runs in the 7th inning thanks to Brandon Moss. 3-run home run. Next pitch is swung on and missed by Yadi. And Moss now with another big day. Continues to get home run after home run. He has 22. Little looping liner in the center field is going to drop. Yadi gets a base hit. That's his second of the afternoon. He's 2 for 3 with a walk now. And there's still just 1 out for the Cardinals as they bat in the 7th inning, and Jed Jerko takes his turn. So every Cardinal has reached base either via a hit or a walk. Piscotty doubled with 1 out. Carpenter walked behind him. And Brandon Moss, who has now hit in 7 straight games, homered, his second hit of the afternoon, to extend the Cardinals' lead to 8-1. Curveball misses low to Jerko, who walked and scored in the 6th. Cardinals won 8-5 yesterday. They're winning 8-1 here today so far. Strike on the inside corner from Feliz. Came up to the Astros a year ago, pitched in September out of their bullpen, and getting the long look this year. Next delivery is low for a ball. The Astros will have Correa, Gonzalez, and Reed to face Carlos Martinez, who has been very, very good today. That's who they'll have in the bottom of the 7th. Next pitch, inside corner, ties up Jerko as he was looking for something out over the plate and didn't get it. Two more home runs today for the Cardinals, now 166 on the season. They set up inside on Jerko, and he takes it just off the plate. Good eye by the Cardinal third baseman. So a full count. 1 out. Cardinals batting in the 7th inning. 8 runs on 11 hits so far. Feliz delivers home and a swing and a miss. Jerko waved at a pitch on the outside corner. Emergency hack and came up empty. That brings in Randall Grichuk, who has extended his hitting streak to 6 games with his double in RBI in the 6th inning.
Well, we've seen some power in this series. Today alone with Hazelbaker and Moss going deep to right.
Curveball, strike 1 to Grichuk. Grichuk certainly able, capable, willing to have power of his own, isn't he? 3 extra base hits in this series, including...
He's about due for a home run.
Yes, he is. Nice, easy stroke. Don't try to hit a home run. Just do it. Fastball misses outside at 96. You know, players talk about muscling up. They get too tight. They try to hit the ball far, and that doesn't work. You just have to have a quick bat, see the ball, hit it. Sounds simple. It's not. Curveball, swung on and missed, and Grichuk was trying to hit that ball up on the train. Interesting ballpark here. A lot of little nooks and crannies and interesting visuals, including the train on its track above the left field wall. Ground ball back to the pitcher. It's not going to carry anywhere. And a high throw to first. Almost threw it away. Nice play by Gonzalez. Grichuk has retired 1-3. It's time for the dirt cheap 7th inning stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning in Houston. It's 8-1 Cardinals.
A Budweiser, America, and Florida Georgia Line.
Budweiser's putting America right on the front of their label this summer.
That's a pretty powerful thing.
America in my hands is knowing what I want and getting after it. All we ever wanted to do was play music, so we went for it.
America isn't just chasing your dreams, it's doing whatever it takes to make your dreams come true.
That's right. I still remember our first big show. Budweiser's in the air and hearing the crowd sing our song. Still gives me goosebumps.
There's nothing like it. That's when it really feels like America is in my hands.
And when I'm holding an ice cold Budweiser that says America on the front.
That too. Cheers.
This Bud's for you.
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bert, let's take a look at some photos I just dug up.
No, but my Cardinals are wrong.
Oh, look at this one. Our first date. I spent hours shopping at Schnucks to fix that special meal.
I remember. That was back in '67. The Cards won the championship that year.
Look, one of our backyard parties. Your brother would show up with Schnucks bags filled with burgers and potato salad. How did we eat all that food?
Extra innings, my dear. Thank goodness for Cardinal baseball.
Thank goodness for Schnucks.
Schnucks, nourishing Cardinal fans.
Base hit for Captain Cornelius. He's been creaming the ball.
He's got a sweet swing. Hey, speaking of sweet, did you know only 1% of the corn produced is the sweet corn you see in the store?
Really?
Yep, the rest is field corn, used for livestock feed, ethanol, and exports. Think the captain's in line for the MVP, most valuable plant.
Corny, Rick. Really corny.
Cheer on Captain Cornelius as he races to the plate at Friday night home games. Brought to you by Missouri Corn Growers and Missouri Farmers Care. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Seventh inning stretch was brought to you by Dirt Cheap. Stretch out your wallet with all the money you save on all your favorite beer, liquor, and wine at Dirt Cheap. We are deep in the heart of Houston, Texas. And it's been all St. Louis Cardinals so far. Bottom of the seventh inning, 8-1 St. Louis. Carlos Martinez misses with a breaking ball. And we're underway in the bottom of the seventh. Carlos Correa at the plate. Correa's bounced out twice. He has an 11-game hitting streak on the line, and Carlos has been in his kitchen so far. Next pitch is taken for a strike. Another good breaking ball. Carlos has used his off-speed pitches very well today. 1-1 delivery. Another breaker hit on the ground, too short. Garcia circles around it, off-balance throw. It's high, and Moss is able to stay on the bag to retire Correa, who's hustling down the line for out number one.
How many broken bats is that today for Carlos?
A ton of those. And how many balls have we seen Greg Garcia handle today? Been busy, hasn't he? And good.
Busy in the third inning with one in the fourth. He had in the sixth inning 2 in this one.
And he's been flawless. Marwin Gonzalez, switch hitter, takes a strike. Gonzalez, one of those unique switch hitters who is equally good from the left and right side, not just average-wise, but power-wise. Normally guys have a bigger power side, but at least this year he's been very consistent. Gonzalez tries to bunt his way on, fouls it back. As the Cardinals are giving him the bunt hit, way off the line at third is Jerko, and they're going to give it to him again. We'll see if he does it here. Next delivery, curveball back to the screen from Carlos. Drury Hotels is teaming up with the Cardinals to help kids. For every Cardinals win, Drury Hotels will donate $1,000 to Cardinals Care. Proudly family-owned and operated, Drury Hotels has been a member of our St. Louis community for over 40 years. Carlos let that breaking pitch slip out of his hand, so he's got a new baseball and he's ready to go. Facing Marwin Gonzalez. And the pitch is a called third strike at the knees. Carlos strikes out Gonzalez. That's 6 strikeouts for Carlos. And 5 of the 6 have been caught looking. His stuff is tremendous today. That was a sinker that came back over the inside corner. So 2 quick outs for the Astros here in the 7th. And that brings in A.J. Reed, who has been a strikeout victim twice himself. The big left-handed batter It's the first pitch in the left center field. Long way to go for Grichuk on the move, and he can't get there. Short hops the wall in left center field. And Reed rumbles into second base with a stand-up double with 2 outs.
Nice play by Grichuk getting back to the wall, barehanding the ball. He wasn't going to prevent Reed from getting a double, but that ball hits the wire out there and kicks one direction or the other. Even the big guy Reed might be on third base.
That's pretty good power the other way by Reed, who has the third Astro hit of the afternoon. And he's aboard for Jason Castro, the catcher. Castro hit a big home run here yesterday, and I don't mean big as far as the game, but I mean big as far as distance. That came against Jaime Garcia, who takes strike one from Carlos Martinez, who's trying to pick up his 11th victory here today. And Carlos also trying to finish out, which could be a quality start, which would give him the most quality starts from among the Cardinal rotation. Swing and a foul back, good cut by Castro. But he's in the hole 0-2. How did the birds get in here, John? We have birds circling in front of us.
They had the windows open last night.
I guess they forgot to get out. 0-2 pitch is low. Two outs for the Astros. They're batting in the bottom of the 7th, trailing St. Louis 8-1. Carlos Martinez. Pitch count very low for him. The 1-2 pitch to Castro is swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Carlos Martinez. 2 in the inning. And he is through 7. He has been masterful today. John Rooney will have the 8th for you. The Cardinals lead the Astros through 7, 8-1.
Imagine shopping for a new mattress being a pleasant experience, one that is comfortable and informative, but not pushy. Imagine being able to trust your salesperson to help you find the perfect fit for you, for your unique situation, and within your budget. Imagine dedication to exceptional service being the norm. Imagine supporting your community as well as local charities simply by shopping with us. You don't have to imagine. Experience it for yourself. Visit us at family-owned Illini Mattress today.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know the quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
Are you sick of spending thousands of dollars a year on smoking? Sick of coughing every time you get up in the morning? Well, try Vapors e-cigs LLC, offering the best e-cigarette kits, liquids, accessories, and refills. Using an e-cig gives you the freedom to enjoy smoking again without all the guilt and the odor. Stop into Vapors e-cigs LLC and find out how they can help you quit smoking. Find Vapors e-cigs in 3 convenient locations: 1903 North Neal Street, Champaign, 2 East Main Street in Danville across from the courthouse, and now open at 620 East Champaign Avenue in Rantoul.
The Urbana Business Association, City of Urbana, Deep Eddy Vodka, Bud Light, Eastland Sweets, and this station are proud to present the 41st annual celebration of the Urbana Sweet Corn Festival, August 26th and 27th. This year's festival is jam-packed with food, fun, live music on 3 stages, the 20th anniversary Motor Muster Car Show, and of course, the main attraction, hot and buttery locally grown sweet corn. This year's main stage entertainment includes 2 90s Platinum Award-winning legends, Diamond Rio and Smash Mouth. Don't miss the Urbana Sweet Corn Festival, August 26th and 27th. For more information, visit urbanasweetcornfestival.com.
The pitch on the way, and Jeremy Hazelbaker takes a strike, opening up the 8th inning with the Cardinals on top here in Houston, 8-1. 8 runs, 11 hits for the Cardinals, going for the 2-game sweep and a 4-game winning streak. A swing and a miss by Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker has a single, a home run, a strikeout, 2 runs scored. It was Jeremy's 9th home run of the year. He hit to the second level in right field. He got it all. The pitch by Michael Feliz is sprayed foul over the Cardinal dugout back in the lower level. Follow Cardinals baseball with the MLB.com at Bat app like we do here in the booth every day. Stay up to the moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news around all of baseball, and more. Download the MLB.com at Bat app, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. The pitch by Feliz in the dirt. Cardinals and Astros, long-time rivals in the National League, playing each other in interleague play. Second time they've been to Houston since the Astros went to the AL. A slider down and in and swung on and missed. Hazelbaker runs hard, but he's out at first, 2-3. The second strikeout for Feliz. And with one out in the eighth, Greg Garcia will step in. The all-time series favors the Cardinals 378 to 329. The record here in Houston, the Astros have the upper hand, 183 to 75. In St. Louis, the Cardinals 203 to 146. The pitch by Feliz, that's in there, fastball for a strike. But it's interleague play now. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Cardinals used to come here 2 to 3 times a year, and ditto for the Astros visiting St. Louis. The pitch by the big right-hander is poked into center field, and that's going to be caught by Hernandez. A 1-for-4 day for Greg Garcia. He singled in the 3-run third inning. Right now, that third inning is all Carlos Martinez has needed. The Cardinals got 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Each team scored in the sixth, then Moss unloaded for a 3-run homer in the seventh inning. Up comes Colton Wong, a base hit in 4 at-bats. Wong holds the bat right down on the handle. He gets out of the way of an inside 96-mile-an-hour fastball. That'll get you out of town. The sidestep kick and the pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner at 94. Took a little bit off that one. A strikeout swinging, 2-3 for Hazelbaker. And a fly ball to center for Garcia. Now 1-1 count for Colton, looking for his second hit. He takes a low strike. 95 on that fastball. Wong holds the bat down on the knob. The pitch by Feliz. A swing and a ground ball over second. Hit the bag. And then kicked up to Correa, who throws him out. That's some concentration. Correa, the shortstop, saw that ball hit the bag and then take an extra hop right to his chest.
Almost hit him in the face. I mean, it was headed right towards his face. Really quick hands by Correa. That was some good play.
And he throws out Wong. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It's the Cardinals' day right now, 8-1.
When your computer's not working, you're not working. Hi, this is Dan from Simplified Computers. Whether your computer is running slow, you have a virus, or it's just time for an upgrade, Simplified Computers is here to help with personal service you won't find at the big box stores. We can set up your wireless network, build, install, and maintain your business's server, or replace your hard drive. For over 18 years, we have served the Champaign-Urbana community with integrity and quality customer service. Call us at 352-5000. Simplified Computers, simply the best.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
Your local independent Pekin Insurance agent is part of your hometown. They're your friends and neighbors. They know you and your community. So when it comes to the right insurance coverage at the right price, you'll want to talk with the folks you can trust. Ask your local Pekin Insurance agent about the affordable insurance coverage for your car, your home, your business, and your family. They'll help you protect what matters most. And you can always count on beyond the expected service and coverage from Pekin Insurance. To find an agent near you, visit www.pekininsurance.com.
It's all about the best beef, the best pork, and of course,
the sausages.
At the U of I Meat Sales Room. If Coach Ditka lived in CU, I'm sure he'd buy his meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room. The beef is great, the pork is great, but
the sausages
are delicious. Smoked sausage, Italian sausage, Polish sausage, and even brats. It's all fresh, locally produced, and locally grown. Visit the U of I Meat Sales Room near the corner of Lincoln and Florida in Urbana.
The sausages.
Carlos Martinez was quite efficient today. 79 pitches, 54 strikes to get through 7 innings. And he gives way to Jonathan Broxton here in the 8th.
Certainly could continue, but every once in a while you have to find the right spot to let somebody have a low pitch count start, bank some of those pitches, bank some of those innings. Mike Matheny going to Jonathan Broxton, who was good last time we saw him.
And Broxton needs the work.
Yes, he does.
So he's on. The big right-hander from Georgia will pitch to Teoscar Hernandez, Tony Kemp, then George Springer at the top of the order. 79 pitches, 54 strikes for Carlos Martinez in line for win number 11. The first pitch from Broxton is taken for a ball high. And our game is brought to you by Budweiser. Carlos Martinez, this Bud's for you. And you, and you, and you. Listening into Cardinal baseball today. The pitch, a strike on the inside corner. The Cardinals and the Houston Astros wrapping up this series. With Houston winning 2 in St. Louis, the Cardinals are trying to return the favor here at Minute Maid Park. Winning 8-5 last night, scoring 8 runs today, leading 8-1. The pitch is swung on, and Yachty hangs on to a foul ball.
One of the things that was overlooked or easy to overlook in that bad game in Chicago when the Cubs beat the Cardinals 13-2, that was the Friday game, is that Broxton came in and pitched 2 solid innings, struck out a couple of Cubs, gave up just 1 hit, and he had not been pitching well, so hopefully he's got himself back again.
Swinging a foul, that goes off Yachty's mitt. Hernandez stays alive. Hernandez got the first hit off Carlos Martinez, a double leading off the 6th, and a 2-out scored on a single by Alex Bregman. So a good day indeed for Carlos Martinez. He's looking to up his major league mark to 29-19. Check swing on a slider outside. It's a ball. 2-2. Martinez developed a rapid pace. It wasn't a breakneck pace, but very comfortable. Broxton throws at a very slow pace. The pitch outside, full count. Broxton gets a new baseball. Relief pitchers don't want to walk batters when working late in a game with a 7-run lead. I'd much rather see them hit their way on. They're playing Hernandez to pull on the infield, the other way in the outfield. Now the pitch. Foul ball. That goes down the third base line. Hernandez hit his double just inside the third base bag, leading off the 6th. This is only his 5th game. He has 4 hits and 17 at-bats. And half of his hits, extra bases. Today's double and a home run. So he homered in his first at-bat. Broxton on 3-2. Pitches to the young outfielder. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 down in the 8th. Let's pause here for station identification on the Cardinals Baseball Network.
Live from the Habib BPC studios, this is WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Our producer engineer is Jim Jackson. Along with Ricky Orton, I'm John Rooney, Minute Maid Park in Houston. Day off tomorrow in Philadelphia, and Friday night the Cardinals open a 3-gamer with the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. Now Kemp, and he takes a pitch outside. Broxton has been under the strike zone and in and off the plate. But he struck out Teoscar Hernandez, who was aggressive and anxious, and struck out on a 3-2 pitch. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike called, knee high outside half of the plate. The best pitch by far that Broxton has thrown in this outing. Working from the stretch. Broxton is ready. Nobody on base. We're in the 8th. The pitch. Chopped foul. That goes past the first base coach. Rich Dower coaches at first. Gary Pettis over at third. Gary Pettis was a base stealer and a good outfielder with the California Angels. And he coached on the Chicago White Sox staff for a while.
Very good player.
Kemp with a count of 1-2. He hit .308 AA and AAA last year. The pitch to the left-handed batter, and there's a fly ball left field. Breaking back on it, Hazelbaker comes in some now and makes the catch. 2 outs in the 8th inning. When the Cardinals bat in the 9th, we're looking at Piscotty, Carpenter, and Moss.
Cardinals are trying to win their 4th game in a row here after starting the road trip with 2 rough losses. The walk-off loss in Chicago on Thursday, then the blowout on Friday we talked about. And you really got to give them credit for being a good road team this year. We mentioned at the top that the Cardinals still have the best road record in baseball, 35-23, 12 games over 500 coming into this game.
Now Broxton pitches to George Springer. Springer swings, fouling it back to the screen. This guy, you get a feeling like anytime he steps in, he can hit one a mile.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of power, a lot of talent.
Homered against the Cardinals in St. Louis and has 23 on the season.
Broxton kicks, he deals. And that's taken in the dirt. Yachty gets a new baseball. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Astros at 61-58. They have played much better baseball going back, to the middle of June?
Actually, late May even. One of the best teams in baseball, but having a rough week.
Here's the pitch inside, a fastball off the plate. Ball 2.
They're in danger of losing their 4th straight.
And they were the number 2 wild card, beating the Yankees last year, losing to Kansas City in a 5-game series. The 2-1 pitch, Broxton to Springer. Ball 3 outside, 3-1.
Speaking of wild card, and it may be a little point, but I don't think it is, that we're obviously rooting for the Cardinals and hoping that the Cardinals will get that wild card, but you really want that first wild card. You'd like to be able to host that game, wouldn't you?
Well, the way the Cardinals play on the road, Rick.
Well, that's a good point.
Here's a pitch, a strike called on the inside corner, 3-2.
I think when it comes down to October baseball, the Cardinal fans would love to have that in St. Louis.
Oh, I do too.
And they'd have to catch at this point either the Dodgers or the Giants. They've been neck and neck for the first wild card and leading the National League West.
3-2 on deck, Bregman. Will he bat in the 8th or lead off the 9th? That's up to Springer. Springer swings, fouling him to the right, out of play. This inning for Broxton has taken about as long as the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
For Carlos.
For Carlos Martinez, the way he was in a groove today.
Broxton's working slowly, but also throwing a fair number of pitches. This is pitch number 19, but got his 2 men so far. Another deep count here on Springer.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Alex Bregman comes up. Bregman has an RBI single, a strikeout, and a flyout. With Rosenthal out and the Cardinals using Segras sparingly, really threw well his last session, and Mike Matheny told us that just about ready to come back into late game duty. It's important for someone like Broxton or Tui Vailala to step up and help out where Reyes has jumped on board to look very good in 3 relief outings. Broxton's pitch is swung on and missed. Bregman thought that was going to be a strike, and the slider moved off the outside corner. That, too, was a good pitch thrown by Broxton. Now out of the high set position with a man on first base and 2 outs, Broxton pitches high and outside to Bregman. 21 pitches here in the 8th inning for Broxton. The total through 7 for Martinez was 79. He was moving along today, giving up just 3 hits and 1 run. The pitch is swung on, base hit to left field. Sounded like it broke his bat. Moving for third base, the throw goes in there and too late. Springer was able to turn the corner, keep on going, and I don't think Hazelbaker even gave it a thought the runner might go to third.
Well, I didn't give it a thought either. I looked down to score the base hit. I didn't think with the score what it is that they would even consider sending him to third. A better throw perhaps from Hazelbaker would have been close. He actually hesitated even before he threw it, and it was still a close play at third. Boy, that would have been a blunder had he been thrown out.
Tuivailala is backing up Broxton in the Cardinal bullpen. And Sam had been closing games down in Memphis. Well, here's Altuve with runners at first and third and 2 away. I don't care if they're leadoff or 2-out walks. They find a way to get into position to score.
They do.
The pitch. Swing and a foul ball toward Rick Horton. Oh, over our heads, off the facing of the upper deck. Thought you had one.
I'm still hoping.
Eight to 1 in favor of the Cardinals with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning in Houston. The pitch by Broxton. A swing and a hit to left field. That walk has turned into a run. Springer scores. Bergman goes to third base on an RBI double by Jose Altuve. Hit number 1,001 for his career.
The lead is still pretty comfortable for the Cardinals right now, but not as comfortable as it was a couple of moments ago. Double past the diving Jerko into the left field corner, and all of a sudden you've got Correa at the plate with a chance to make it a game.
8 to 2 in favor of the Cardinals, second and third and 2 outs. And this started with a walk to Springer, a base hit by Bregman with Springer taking third. Altuve, an RBI double, his 75th run batted in and 33rd double. The pitch, Correa is jammed and fouls it back to the screen. Correa's day so far, 3 groundouts, all against Martinez. 2 to the shortstop Garcia, the other to Colton Wong at second base. Tuivailala is ready in the bullpen. San Francisco is trying to help the Cardinals out, leading 4-0 over Pittsburgh after 3 by the Bay. Here's a fastball strike at the knees. 0-2 on Correa. Miami plays at Cincinnati later on. But San Fran scored 2 in the bottom of the first, 2 in the third. It's 9-2 Colorado leading Washington after 2 in Denver. The Dobbs Tire and Auto Center scoreboard. Here's a long drive to right field. Piscotty's on the run. He makes the catch and runs onto the warning track. Correa hit that one hard, but that drive is caught by the Cardinal right fielder, leaving 2 on. The Astros scored with 2 hits, a walk, and they strand Bregman and Altuve. We go to the 9th, 8-2 Cardinals.
Train Endurance engineers stop at nothing to push our heating and cooling units to the brink. Their methods may seem unconventional.
Testing control, fire up the pitching machine.
But they're the reason it's hard to stop a train.
For over 100 years, Train has built a legacy of quality, innovation, and reliability. To find an independent Train dealer near you and learn more, visit findatraindealer.com. That's findatraindealer.com.
It's hard to stop a train. Really hard.
House cleaning.
It doesn't take a lot.
House cleaned.
To earn it. Just 50 cents gets you any size drink the day after the card scores 6. Only at On the Run. You earned it.
Hello, St. Louis!
It doesn't take a lot.
Good night!
To earn it. Just 50 cents gets you any size drink the day after the card scores 6. Only at On the Run. You earned it.
Cardinals fans, whether you're watching the game in the stadium or at home on DirecTV, you can play along with the action on the field with Cardinals Fan Play, powered by AT&T. What is FanPlay? FanPlay is a mobile game bringing you closer than ever before to Cardinals baseball. All you do is visit cardinals.com/ATT and get your game card. There are 9 plays of the day on each card, and you get a new card every game. When your team makes a play, you get a point. Make all 9 plays, and you get 10 extra points and a trip to the leaderboard. Every time you play, you increase your chance of winning great prizes like autographed merchandise, tickets, and even a flyaway trip to see your Cardinals on the road. Why should the Cardinals be the only ones who get to play on game day? Now fans can too, with Cardinals Fan Play powered by AT&T. Visit cardinals.com/ATT and play today. No purchase necessary. Must be at least 18. Message and data charges may apply. See rules for details. Void where prohibited.
So we're going to Kansas City. Is that what you're saying, Jim Jackson? This is Will Harris, not Wilbur Harris. Here's a pitch for a strike. Stephen Piscotty leads off against the 5th pitcher of the day used by A.J. Hinch. The Cardinals lead 8-2 in the 9th inning in Houston. Now the pitch. Grounded foul to the Cardinal dugout. The Cardinals have 8 runs, 11 hits. No errors. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Houston. Each team is stranded 5. Doug Fister's on the downside of the score. Carlos Martinez on the upside. The big right-hander pitches. A slider in the dirt, bouncing past Jason Castro. Harris, all the way to the screen.
Yeah, Harris has served it as their closer at times. He has 12 saves. Gregerson 14. Giles is their closer now. So really kind of been a closer by committee as the job has changed hands a couple of times.
Here's the pitch. Piscotty chops it foul, and that goes past Chris Maloney and bounces into the stands beyond the Cardinal dugout on the third base line here in Houston. Pfister 4 runs, Hoyt a run, 3 for Tony Sipp. An inning and 2/3 for Michael Feliz with 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. Piscotty, Carpenter, and Moss in the 9th. The pitch, high with a fastball. That's at 92 miles an hour. Will Tui Vailala have inning number 9?
I would guess he would. I'd like to see him.
That'd be a nice chance to get him into the game with a 6-run lead.
Agreed.
Or more. We'll see what the Cardinals do here in the top half. Piscotty checks his swing on a slider outside in the dirt.
One of the first thoughts I had here at the ballpark today, John, was what are the Cardinals going to do if it's a 1-run game in the bottom of the 9th inning? Do you use O again? Or do you go to somebody else in that closer's role? He has been very busy lately.
The pitch to Steven. Piscotty checks his swing and takes a walk. There's a leadoff walk in the 9th inning.
So one thing about the Cardinals building a bigger lead, you could use other relievers and not have to use your A team.
Here's the DH. And that DH today is taking a break from the field, Matt Carpenter. The walk is the 4th given up by Houston pitching today. 1 each for Pfister, Hoyt, Sipp, now Harris. Carpenter has a walk and a run scored. He came in on Moss's 3-run homer in the 7th. The pitch. Matt checks his swing and takes inside. Looks at his left elbow. It came very close to hitting his elbow.
He's acting like it did. Shaking it. But he digs back in.
Carpenter is ready, and so is Will Harris. A walk to Piscotty. He has a safe lead at first base. The right-hander's pitch, and Carpenter sends it foul out of play down the left field line. A very interesting ballpark here. Lots of windows. Big metal roof over this facility. And a train on the tracks above the wall that goes from center field all the way down the left field line here. As they used to have the rail yard here. And plenty of Minute Maid oranges in that coal car. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Carpenter went after a high fastball. That's 1-2 on Matt. Help celebrate the 50th anniversary of the historic Beatles concert at Busch Stadium 2. Tuesday, August 23rd, it's Beatles Tribute Night at the ballpark. That's a special themed ticket. Get that Get an exclusive Beatles at Busch Stadium t-shirt. Get those tickets now, Cardinals.com/theme. The pitch, Carpenter hits it hard into right. That's a base hit. Piscotty's going to go to third base. First and third, but nobody out in the ninth inning. Cardinals have not let up in this game at all. They scored 3 in the third and have added on.
Keep swinging. They've scored in 4 innings already. Threatening again here in the ninth inning. 12 hits overall. And the Cardinals have struck out a fair number of times again in this game. They've struck out 9 times in this game, but still have provided plenty of offense.
Moss has one of those strikeouts, but he's 2 out of 4 with a single and his 22nd home run of the year. The pitch by Harris. Moss swings and misses. He was trying for number 23. Big swing, no contact. Carpenter is the runner at first base, and that's where Gonzalez is holding. First and third. Moss would like to at least get a fly ball and get a run in. He swings, fouling it back 0-2. On the other side, Will Harris wants a strikeout. 3 infielders on the right side. Correa playing next to second base. Altuve at double play depth between first and second. And Gonzalez holding against Carpenter, leaving Bregman as the only fielder on the left side of the infield for the Houston Astros. The pitch on the way, and it's taken high. Final at St. Petersburg, Florida. Tampa Bay beats San Diego 2-0. Oh, it's a moral victory for Washington. Colorado didn't score in the third. 9-2 Colorado after 3 over the Nationals. A 7-run first inning got it started. Now the pitch. Moss swings, and he strikes out. Went for a breaking ball down and out of the zone. And up comes Yadier Molina. Yadi already has 1 RBI today, drove in 2 last night. He's beginning to sense, hey, here's an RBI, thank goodness, 1 out. Yadi, some way, somehow, will put the ball in play, and chances are he'll get the ball in the air.
Likes to hit the ball to the right side in this situation. That's what he did 2 times here last night. There's a big hole over there. Less double plays on the right side.
Here's a swing and a shot foul down the right field line. And it was in the air, but he couldn't put it close to the foul line. Even on a foul ball, if it's caught by Springer, the runner can tag and try to score. Molina has hit .299 this season with runners in scoring position. He has Piscotty at third. Swing and a line drive down the right field line, foul. That goes into the seats, a souvenir in the count, 0-2 on Molina.
He's trying that line, isn't he?
Moss struck out. This is after a Piscotty walk and a base hit by Carpenter. Moss struck out. Molina's in the hole 0-2. The pitch. A swing and a miss. Molina strikes out. Harris walking on thin ice. He's still standing. And here's Jed Jerko.
He's got the put-away breaking pitch. We've seen it twice now. Once to Moss, now Molina. 11 strikeouts now for the Cardinals.
Adjusting the batting helmet, Jerko stands in. A strikeout, ground out, walk, run scored, and a strikeout. 0 for 3 for Jerko, who came in hitting safely his last 5 games. 6 out of his last 20. He hit a monster home run here last night. Ball 1 to him. A lead at third for Piscotty. Carpenter, a safe lead at first base with Gonzalez holding. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in really looked good to him. But he wasn't close to putting that one in play. Working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Curveball, that's in there. That's a good one.
That's the 12-6 type movement, and it's also very sharp. Think of Wainwright with the 12-6. Think maybe the same type action, but harder curveball than Adam throws.
Here's the pitch to Jerko, and he lines it to the shortstop, Correa. The Cardinals leave runners at first and third. Let's hold them and go to Philadelphia. We go to the bottom of the ninth with the Cardinals leading 8-2 in Houston.
Saturday, August 27th, the Cardinals take on the Oakland A's. That night, it features the 2016 Cardinals Hall of Fame inductees plaque giveaway, presented by Edward Jones. You can celebrate the third class of the Cardinals Hall of Fame with this unique item that highlights the players selected by the fans. 30,000 fans, 16 and older, receive this collectible plaque, courtesy of Edward Jones. That's Saturday, August 27th. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions.
In the bullpen with Central Bank and the Birds on the bat.
There's something you should expect when you play the Cardinals.
What's that?
You're gonna see red.
Yeah.
Make them see red with free Cardinals checking. Sign up and score an exclusive Stan Musial bobblehead, 2 game tickets, and more. Visit cardinalschecking.com or stop by any Central Bank location.
Central Bank.
The hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Restrictions apply. One offer per household. Incentive available while supplies last. See bank for details. Member FDIC.
What's your most important document?
The McGrath proposal.
Olivia's adoption papers.
This week, a paid invoice.
Documents are who we are and what we do. With intelligent printers and MFPs, customized apps and services, Kyocera Document Solutions helps companies capture, distribute, and manage the many documents that matter. Because if the document is important,
my winning business plan,
the company is important. Learn more at kyocera.documentsolutions.com.
Say you have a medical emergency. Should you choose urgent care or the ER? If your condition isn't life-threatening, a visit to Mercy Urgent Care could be a more convenient option. Our 9 area locations are open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and are staffed by experienced Mercy physicians and advanced practitioners. Learn when you should choose urgent care. Visit mercy.net/STLcare. Visit mercy.net/STLcare. At Mercy, your life is our life's work.
Well, we get to see Sam Tuivailala pitch and tell you all about his 9th inning against the Houston Astros with the Cardinals leading 8-2.
Has a 9 ERA. He's been in 4 games this year at the big league level, and we've talked about the saves in AAA. He actually pitched well there with 17 saves for Memphis. He's still just 23, but a little developing left to do for Sam.
Left-handed batting, Marwin Gonzalez, switch hitter, takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. He came up pitching in Pittsburgh before the All-Star break last year and showed a really good cutter.
Yes.
And he got some tough outs in a difficult series that didn't go the Cardinals' way. There's a smash under Moss's glove and into right field. E3 on Moss. Moss put the glove down, looked into the glove when he opened it up.
There was nothing in it. Well, he probably could tell by the feeling that the ball wasn't in the glove, but every once in a while you got to check just to make sure. But the ball did indeed go underneath the glove. And really an awkward attempt at trying to field that on the backhand. He didn't need to do that. He could have gotten in front of that a little more and fielded it in front of him, but he was trying to get it on the backhand, then race to the bag. Tried to do too many things at once.
Now Tuivailala will pitch to A.J. Reed. This guy hit 34 home runs between Class A and AA ball last year. He has a double, 1 for 3, a double and 2 strikeouts. Swing and a ground ball fair in between Wong and Moss into right field. And taking the turn at second and stopping there, Gonzalez. First and second, nobody out in the 9th. Let's pause here for station identification on the Cardinals Network.
Live from the Habib BPC studios, this is WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Along with Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Our producer-engineer is Jim Jackson. And a tough start here for Tuivailala. 2 base hits, but a ground ball could get 2 quick outs, or Sam could register a strikeout. Matt Bowman is getting ready, backing up Tuivailala.
And even the error on Moss was hit hard. 2 hard-hit ground balls to the right side.
Here's the pitch inside. I said 2 base hits. That could have been a base hit.
I would agree.
It was hit so hard. That's closer to a base hit than what they ruled last night on Garcia. The error they gave him, I thought, was correct. They turned that around to a base hit. The pitch goes low. Tuivailala falls behind 2-0, and Sam has to find a way to slow the world down a little bit here.
happens fast. All of a sudden you find yourself with stress, runners aboard, batters get more comfortable at the plate. You've got to change things around, make a big pitch, get a double play. You'll feel a lot better.
Here's a strike in there, 92 miles an hour. Former infielder, now pitcher in the Cardinal organization and at the big league level, Sam Tuivailala. He leans in, reading signs. Big, strong, right-handed pitcher. Here it comes, and just inside. A fastball, and that backs Castro away. Castro's 0 for 3. Nobody out, 2 on, an error and a single this inning. 3-1 the count on Castro with Teoscar Hernandez waiting to bat. And the pitch, ball 4. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Mike Matheny is on his way out of the dugout. And when Mike comes out, he usually makes the move to the pen, and he does. Matt Bowman comes on, bases loaded, nobody down. This pitching change is brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill. We will be back.
Cardinals fans, don't miss the Cardinals Care 6K run on September 18th. This one-of-a-kind event starts at the Stand the Man statue, runs through the streets of downtown, and finishes on the field inside Busch Stadium. You can run for fun, compete for top finisher recognition, or bring the family for the 1 mile fun run. Either way, join Olympic gold medalist Jackie Joyner-Kersee for the special run that benefits kids in St. Louis through Cardinals Care. For more information and to sign up, go to cardinals.com/6K.
There's been a lot that's changed in baseball over the last quarter century. There's one guarantee you can take to the bank as Cardinal Magazine enters its 25th season. In an age of 5-second photo impressions and 100-character rants, Cardinals Magazine remains committed to bringing you things that never go out of style, bringing you compelling stories, celebrating history, preserving timeless photos, and bringing to life the personalities that make this franchise special. Issue after issue, Cardinals Magazine delivers the most in-depth and far-reaching coverage of all things Cardinals, and doing it with the substance and style that have connected with readers of all ages year after year after year. Make this season special for the Cardinals fans in your life with a subscription to Cardinals Magazine. Start one today for only $35 by calling 314-345-9000 or visiting cardinals.com/magazine.
Cardinals fans, if you're looking to make the most out of your game day experience this season, come down to the Hall of Fame Club at Cardinals Nation Restaurant and Bar before every home game for the official St. Louis Cardinals pregame party. The all-inclusive party starts 2.5 hours before every first pitch. It includes live entertainment, adult beverages, soft drinks, and a championship-level buffet to get you fueled for the game. Official pregame party tickets are limited and on sale now at cardinals.com/pregame. It's the Hall of Fame Club at Cardinals Nation.
Ricky Horton, Matt Bowman should feel right at home. The bases are loaded here.
Well, he's pretty comfortable with runners aboard. At least he has performed well in this type situation, a lot like we've seen from Seth Maness over the last few years. He's a ground ball guy, could use one here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Really did a Houdini act in Chicago his last time out.
He worked an inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and picked up the win at Wrigley Field. Now he has the bases loaded, nobody out in the 9th inning. He pitches to Hernandez, who takes inside ball 1. Teoscar Hernandez with Gonzalez at third, Reed at second, and Castro at first base. An error, a hit, and a walk. And a tough day for Sam Tuivailala, responsible for all 3 runners on. From the stretch, the pitch. There's a strike called. Bowman is seldom very far out of the strike zone. He's always very close to the plate. He specializes in ground balls. Sinking fastball, slider. The Cardinals would give up a run here to get 2 outs. That would be a fine trade they would enjoy here in the 9th inning with a lead of 8-2. The pitch, swing and a miss. Tied him up with a sinker down and in. 1-2. Matt Bowman was running the steps of the level just below the press box before the game. pausing behind home plate to take a few pictures with the telephone. Then moved on down the right field line, got a few more angles for more pictures for his scrapbook. Now the pitch. Inside. 2-2. A year ago, he was figuring, will I ever make the major leagues? Wondering, with a poor record at Las Vegas, but he had such a good ground ball rate. That was of interest to the Cardinals. They gave him a look, and he made the team as a Rule 5 pick. He's still here.
Smart scouting on behalf of the Cardinals, and seeing that might translate well to the bullpen and to the big league.
Here's Bowman's pitch. Slider foul back.
Such a tough league, the AAA league to pitch in as far as numbers are concerned. There's some cities there where you really can't use those numbers effectively. You have to use peripheral numbers. You have to see what they do on the road. You have to see the action of the pitches. You pitch in Colorado Springs, I mean, you're lucky to have an ERA under 7.
2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. Nobody out in the 9th inning with the Cardinals leading by 6. The pitch, a swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Molina, not far enough for Gonzalez to come down the line. Hernandez went after a pitch in the dirt, striking out, 1 down. And Tony Kemp will be replaced by a right-handed batter. It's the power-hitting Evan Gattis.
He just swung at a pitch that literally hit in front of the plate. I mean, that wasn't even close. Downward movement of Bowman fooled him. A little too over-anxious with 3 runners aboard.
Well, here's a double-edged sword with Evan Gattis, the power hitter at the plate. But the other side of that sword is a double play ball he can hit into with a sinker ball pitcher on the mound. Let's see what it'll be here. The pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1 called. Boo, go the fans. 1 strike on Gattis. $18 home runs, 47 RBIs. The pitch by Matt Bowman. Low ball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, some players will grow those big beards and they just look awkward on them. Tall, skinny guys. But for Gattis, I mean, it looks perfect for him, doesn't it? He's got that lumberjack look. He's a big guy and has tremendous power.
He is grounded into 11 double plays, but he has hit 18 home runs. The Crawford boxes, short porch and left, very friendly for him. Here's a swing and a miss. Couldn't hold up on a sinker out of the strike zone. Now he's behind in the count 1-2 with 1 out of the 9th and the bases loaded. Bowman stands to the first base side of the rubber. Now he holds the ball to his back, glove against the left leg, waiting for Gattis. Yadier Molina puts down the signs and a target for Matt Bowman. The runners lead all the way around, and the pitch to Gattis. Swing and a miss. Got him on a pitch in the dirt. Bowman has struck out 2. And George Springer comes up with the bases full. And the Astros down to their last out. The Cardinals are an out away from sweeping this 2-game series and winning 4 in a row.
Bowman has changed this inning, hasn't he?
He really has. Joey Valhalla saw Gonzalez get on with a hard hit that went under Moss's glove for an E3. Then Reed singled to right. Castro walked, but Hernandez went for a pitch that bounced in front of the plate for strike 3, and Gattis went for a pitch out of the strike zone. Here it is, a swing and a miss. Springer tried to get 4 runs with 1 swing right there, 0-1. 3 career grand slams and a .294 hitter with the bases loaded, George Springer. He had .276 for the Astros last year. The 1-strike pitch from Bowman. Inside, 1-1. Molina's behind the plate. Moss plays behind the runner at first base, Jason Castro. A.J. Reed leads away from second. Gonzalez from third. Wong and Garcia are the middle infielders. Jerko plays deep off the line at third base. The pitch, a swing and a ground ball to the shortstop. Garcia throws to Wong for a Redbird winner. Castro is out 6-4 coming down to second base, and this ball game has come to an end. The Cardinals sweep the 2-game series, scoring 8 runs last night, winning 8-5, 8 runs today, winning 8-2. Ricky and I will talk about it after this.
All right, 1 down, 6 to go. Dry cleaning, pick up the kids. Holy shnikes, I forgot to go to First Bank.
Congratulations, Mary Winston. Your to-do list just got shorter.
Wait, what? Me?
That's right. First Bank now has mobile deposit. Just open the First Bank app, snap a picture of the check, and your deposit is done.
That was so easy. Mobile deposit is awesome.
With First Bank mobile deposit, it's app, snap. That's a wrap.
Do you always talk like this?
Yes, I do. First Bank, member FDIC.
Rosati's Pizza is so good, it simply couldn't stay in Chicago. From their daily slice special, which includes a drink and a slice for only $5, to deep dish Chicago-style pizza, wings, pasta, and more. Hungry for lunch? Hungry for dinner? Looking for a place to take your Little League team after the game? Think Rosati's Pizza in Urbana. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory Street, Urbana. Call 328-2334. That's 328-2334 or myrosatis.com.
Meetings large or small, the Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham in Champaign can accommodate them all. The newly renovated 9,000 square foot banquet space can accommodate all your events. Let the Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham be the location of your next wedding, conference, workshop, or anything in between. The dedicated staff take care of every detail of your event to make it memorable and hassle-free for you. For special offers on weddings, rehearsal dinners, and showers, call a representative now at Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham, 398-3400. Leave the planning and execution of your special event to the team at Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham.
Tired of the same old boring summer? Brighten your break when you fly Champaign-Urbana. Multiple daily connections to amazing summer sights. Sunrises in Maine, sunsets above the Florida sand, coast to coast and around the world right from home. Find your summer flight starting at iflycu.com. Fly Champaign-Urbana. Travel pain-free.
Another wheezy Big Red W here in Houston, 8-2 over the Astros. 8 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, 7 left on for the Cardinals, who are 64 and 56 on the road trip. The Cardinals are 4-2, and they've won 4 in a row. The Astros have lost 4 in a row. They had 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 8 left. Carlos Martinez 11-7 over Doug Fister 11-8. And with the Cardinal win, another $1,000 to Cardinals Care, courtesy of Drury Hotels. Proudly family-owned and operated, Drury Hotels has been a member of our St. Louis community for over 40 years. At Drury Hotels, the extras aren't extra. And hats off to the winning pitcher, Carlos Martinez. He really set the tone today.
More than a quality start from Martinez. That's what the Cardinals need to get a little string going here. They have won the 4 straight that you've mentioned, but a lot of it has had to do with their offense. But Martinez certainly handled his part. He only gave up 3 hits in 7 innings of work and only threw 79 pitches. So he could have gone further, but Mike Matheny choosing to give a couple of innings to the bullpen, and Martinez a little extra rest. He will only walk 1 batter, struck out 7.
And the Cardinals advance to play the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies will host the Cardinals for 3 beginning Friday night, and then back home to play the Mets and the Oakland A's on a week-long homestand. So we have the Cardinals and the Astros wrapping up a season series where the home teams lost both games.
Kind of been that way with the Cardinals, hasn't it? Where they've actually played better on the road than they have at home, and that's true here. They go to 13 games over 500 on the road. They do even the series with the Astros. Really outplayed them in every facet of the game in this series. They certainly outpowered them. The bullpen was better, and the starting pitching was better.
And we'll be back for the Marriott Grand Play of the game after an 8-2 Cardinal victory. We'll be back.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. Finding the perfect solution for you, guiding you through the options, helping you through a claim, and adapting to your evolving needs. Since 1997, GTPS Insurance has provided coverage for your car, your home, your business, and your life. As an independent broker, GTPS Insurance Agency will shop around until they find the right coverage at the best price. Contact a GTPS Insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com. VaporsEasyCig.com.
Are you sick of spending thousands of dollars a year on smoking? Sick of coughing every time you get up in the morning? Well, try Vapors E-Cigs LLC, offering the best e-cigarette kits, liquids, accessories, and refills. Using an e-cig gives you the freedom to enjoy smoking again without all the guilt and the odor. Stop into Vapors E-Cigs LLC and find out how they can help you quit smoking. Find Vapors E-Cigs in 3 convenient locations: 1903 North Neal Street, Champaign, 2 East Main Street in Danville across from the courthouse, and now open at 620 East Champaign Avenue in Rantoul.
Hey, Scott Johnson here at Champaign Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. August 25th is Champaign Chrysler's first annual Champaign County Law Enforcement Golf Outing. Range balls, prizes, raffles, lunch, and dinner provided. Golfing is a scramble format beginning at 1 o'clock. Registration beginning at 11:30. All proceeds are going to local law enforcement. For more information, call me, Scott, at 217-352-4273. That's 217-352-4273. It's the Champaign Chrysler's first annual Champaign County Law Enforcement Golf Outing. Thursday, August 25th with a 1 p.m. shotgun start. Call 217-352-4273.
The last time we elected a president, only 57.5% of registered voters showed up. It's hard to get everyone to do anything. So when 93% of us all do something, well, that's something. Every week, 93% of Americans listen to the radio, and they're all voting with their wallets every time they make a purchase. If you run a business, let a radio campaign tell your story. See how at StevieJay.com. That's StevieJay.com, or by calling 367-1195.
Well, the Cardinals jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the third inning, giving some support to the very good pitching of Carlos Martinez. Jeremy Hazelbaker singled to left field. Greg Garcia with Hazelbaker running, single to left field, first and second. After a ground out by Colton Wong advanced the runners, Stephen Piscotty singled in 2. 1 out later, a base hit for Moss, and then an RBI double from Yadier Molina, and the Cardinals had all the runs they needed for the day. They led 3-0. Hazelbaker homered in the 4th inning. That was his 9th of the year. And after 4 innings, Pfister was down 4-0, and he was out of the game. The bullpen worked the rest of the day for the Astros. Each team got a run in the 6th inning. Then in the Cardinals' 7th, it was a 1-out double for Stephen Piscotty, his 2nd hit of the day, and he was on base 3 times. Matt Carpenter walked, bringing Brandon Moss to the plate for the Marriott Grand play of the game.
Hit the ball hard. His first at-bat flew out, then a single up the middle, and a strikeout. Oh, and there's a long one to right. Stay fair. It does. It's a big fly for Brandon Moss. 3-run home run. And the Cardinals lead 8-1. That ball jumped out of here.
Home run number 22 for Moss. And Moss has been on a tear. A 7-game hitting streak. He was 2 for 5 today, so he's 11 out of 29 with 4 home runs during that hitting streak.
Well, what Moss is doing and Jed Jerko, considering you've had the injuries to Aledmus Diaz and to Matt Holliday, it's been spectacular to watch those guys step up, provide the power. Cardinals haven't missed a beat as far as power is concerned, even though they've got some injuries.
Well, the Cardinals move on to play Philadelphia after an 8-2 victory here in Houston, a 4-game winning streak. Adam Wainwright will be on the mound, 9-7. Game 1 on Friday night from Citizens Bank Park. They'll be listening in over KSSZ in Columbia, Missouri, and the rest of our network on the air at 5:10. And our thanks to our producer-engineer, Jim Jackson. For Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Stay tuned. The post-game show is coming up. Ricky and I will have the final word from the ballpark as part of that in just a few minutes. Here's a swing and a high fly ball.
Get up, baby. Get up.
It's a gunner.
Oh, yeah. St. Louis Cardinals baseball has been brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Snooks, nourishing Cardinal fans since 1939. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. By Shelter Insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. For your auto, home, life, and renter's insurance needs, we're your shield, we're your shelter. By Explore St. Louis. Learn more about all the great things to do in St. Louis by visiting ExploreStLouis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Country Bob's, the signature sauce of your St. Louis Cardinals. By the Painting and Decorating Foundation. By Central Missouri's beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Plan your vacation at funlake.com. And by Sonic Drive-In. There's nothing vanilla about 25 flavors of real ice cream shakes. Stop by Sonic for a shake tonight. This is the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
Welcome into the Missouri Lottery post-game show. Chris Raby with you on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network as the Cardinals beat the Astros today 8-2. They're 64-56, winning their fourth game in a row. Final two of the 4-game series in Chicago against the Cubs, and then sweeping the 2-game series in Houston against the Astros. Stay off with the Cardinals tomorrow, and then 3 in Philadelphia before coming home next week. Coming up on the Missouri Lottery post-game show, we'll head back to the broadcast booth in just a moment for the final word on today's game. We'll hear from the skipper, Mike Matheny, and talk about another big Cardinals offensive outing. Offense coming up big again for the Birds. All that and more as we recap the 8-2 win over the Astros. A huge outing from Carlos Martinez. Cardinals win their 4th in a row and sweep the 2-game set in Houston. We're just getting started on the Missouri Lottery post-game show. Back in a moment on the Cardinals Radio Network.
High-quality gasolines from Valero keep your engine cleaner by the mile. But they do so much more than that. They bring families closer together. They bring businesses closer to their customers and simply make life better. So does Valero gasoline help clean your engine? Of course. But at the end of the day, that's the least of what it does. Valero, the power of the American dream.
Top athletes know the right nutrition can make all the difference. It's the same for many of the nation's top show dogs. They count on Purina Pro Plan. And with more than 100 formulas available, your pet can too. To get expert recommendations for your dog or cat, plus helpful tips, go to ProPlan.com/MyPlan. That's ProPlan.com/MyPlan. Purina Pro Plan. Nutrition that performs.
The ribeye has the best, the greatest steak in town.
If you're looking for Champaign-Urbana's great steak place, it's the Ribeye Restaurant. Still with their famous salad bar and their delicious seasoned fried shrimp and delicious grilled chicken entrees. The Ribeye Restaurant, 1701 South Neal Street in Champaign. For reservations, call 351-9115.
The ribeye is the best. We're the one, the great one steak place.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. Did you lose a tree over the winter? Do you live in a new home and the sun is beating down on your yard or house? Or maybe you've just been putting off year after year, coming up with an excuse why you haven't planted a tree. In any case, now is the time to let Country Arbors plant a tree for you. For a short time, Country Arbors is discounting the planting charge of all our trees. Why would you want to go through the work of hauling and planting a 10-foot tall, beautiful tree when Country Arbors will do all the work for just $100 and will guarantee our work for up to 5 years? So schedule your tree planting today. You can visit countryarbors.com for more information and directions.
Our law enforcement official of the month is Detective Patrick Funkhauser with the Champaign Police. Detective, how are you?
Very good. Thank you very much.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
being the honoree for the month of August. Toughest situation you've ever been in that you can say, thank God I got out of that? I mean, have there been those?
Oh, there have. I would say both emotionally and physically. I mean, we run into these situations where not only we're physically threatened, but sometimes just the sheer responsibility of things can get to you.
Law enforcement official of the month brought to you by Hickory River Smokehouse. There's nothing better at 1706 North Cunningham in Urbana. Listen, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody. Thank you for what you do. You're greatly appreciated. You've got tremendous value out there. You're doing good work, and we need you, and we thank you for what you do.
Thank you very much, Steve.
It's great to see you and meet you. Ladies and gentlemen, Detective Patrick Funkhauser. He is our law enforcement official of the month for August from Champaign Police.
Our final today from Houston, the Cardinals won 8-2 over the Astros, and they finished a 2-game sweep. And we'll keep this brief because Jim Jackson has to pack and we have to go to Philadelphia. But
yes,
Martinez was good, and the power showed up with Hazelbaker and Moss.
Yeah, Carlos did it really effortlessly. It's amazing how calm and cool he was in his motion and his delivery, and really sharp. And you didn't have to really dial up the 96, 97 until he needed it. But he went 7 solid innings. Pitch count was low, and Cardinal offense did it again. And you know, I'm at the point in the season, John, where I want to say, with the real St. Louis Cardinals, please stand up. You know, some days they've got it, some days they don't, but the last couple of days has been obviously an upswing, and we'll see how they do in Philadelphia.
We'll see how they do behind Adam Wainwright on the air at 5:10 on Friday night. And we'll have the day off tomorrow as we send it back to the studio.
Yeah, and an opportunity, guys, to match a season-best 5-game win streak on Friday behind Adam Wainwright. Looking forward to see how Waino comes back after his rough outing last Friday in Chicago against the Cubs. Coincidentally, that game last Friday with the Cardinals lost 13-2, the last loss that the team has suffered. Hey, since the Cardinals won today, you can get 50% off of Papa John's Pizza tomorrow. To redeem, just go to papajohns.com and enter CardsWin as the promo code. Star of the game coming up next. Cardinals 8-2 over the Astros this afternoon. They've won 4 in a row. They're 64-56. And you've heard it all right here on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
Tom, every jeweler claims their engagement rings are unique. Right. Why should I believe that yours really are unique?
Many jewelers do play fast and loose with their claims, Jim. They sell the same branded designer name rings, so by definition, their rings can't be unique. You can get the exact same rings from the exact same designers at half the stores in town.
Well, how is Shane Company different?
That's easy, Jim. Most of our rings are created either by our own world-class designers and then made in our own factory, or made by other top designers exclusively for us. By definition, that means our rings are unique. No one else has them, period.
Cool.
Ever been to a party with your girlfriend and another woman was wearing the same dress as she was?
Oh, yeah.
Believe me, it's a lot worse with an engagement ring. We always have around 1,000 unique ring styles, including the hottest trends like vintage, halo, infinity.
Got it.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
Check out the new Honda BMW of Champaign, formerly Twin City Honda BMW, and still located in Savoy. These guys are crazy for used vehicles. Truckloads of pre-owned vehicles, 25 to 50% off the price of a similar new model. And not just Hondas and BMWs, cars, pickup trucks, and SUVs of all makes. Financing options on used cars as low as 1.9%. Just drive by Honda BMW of Champaign and you'll see from the street that this is a new dealership. Honda BMW of Champaign, online at drivechampaign.com.
The Urbana Business Association, City of Urbana, Deep Eddy Vodka, Bud Light, Illinois American Water, and this station are proud to present the 41st annual celebration of the Urbana Sweet Corn Festival, August 26th and 27th. This year's festival is jam-packed with food, fun, live music on 3 stages, the 20th anniversary Motor Moster Car Show, and of course, the main attraction, hot and buttery locally grown sweet corn. This year's main stage entertainment includes 2 90s Platinum Award-winning legends, Diamond Rio and Smash Mouth. Don't miss the Urbana Sweet Corn Festival, August 26th and 27th. For more information, visit UrbanaSweetCornFestival.com.
The last time we elected a president, only 57.5% of registered voters showed up. It's hard to get everyone to do anything. So when 93% of us all do something, well, that's something. Every week, 93% of Americans listen to the radio, and they're all voting with their wallets every time they make a purchase. If you run a business, let a radio campaign tell your story. See how at StevieJay.com. That's StevieJay.com. Or by calling 367-1195.
Cardinals over the Astros this afternoon, 8-2 as they sweep the 2-game series. They've won 4 games in a row. And boy, was Carlos Martinez good today. Our star of the game presented by Historic St. Charles Convention and Visitors Bureau. Cardinals starter was exactly that.
The 2-strike pitch. Strike 3 call just above the belt. Bregman gets the ring up. The pitch. A swing and a miss. A breaking ball way outside. Strikes out Altuve. Ground out. Strikeout. Strikeout. Good inning for Carlos Martinez out of the box here in Houston. The 0-2 pitch for A.J. Reed coming up. Here it is. Strike 3 call. Fastball over the inside corner. That was at 93 miles an hour. From the stretch. A pitch on the way here. Outside corner, strike 3 call. 2 strikeouts in each inning for Carlos Martinez. Here's a curveball that locked him up and struck him out. Reed goes down looking. Here's a ground ball to the first baseman. Moss has it underhands to Martinez. And quick as a hiccup, Martinez has allowed just one base runner through 5 innings, and that was a walk to Gonzalez in the second. We go to the 6th in Houston, 4-0 St. Louis.
So it would be hitless through 5. The first hit of the game coming for Houston at the bottom of the 6th, but Martinez was not done.
And the pitch is a called third strike at the knees. Carlos strikes out Gonzalez. That's 6 strikeouts for Carlos, and 5 of the 6 have been caught looking. The 1-2 pitch to Castro is swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Carlos Martinez, 2 in the inning. And he is through 7. He has been masterful today.
Yeah, Carlos certainly was great today. And again, taking that no-hitter into the 6th inning, he did give up 1 run, but he finishes 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. And he did it efficiently. Despite the 7 strikeouts, got 11 ground balls, just 3 fly balls, and Martinez finishes with 79 pitches. A really impressive outing for the Cardinals starter, who picks up his 11th win of the year. ERA now 3.24. Carlos has been absolutely fantastic at times this season. 10th game of the season, allowing 1 run or less. Martinez, our star of the game, brought to you by Historic St. Charles Convention and Visitors Bureau. Cardinals offense getting it going as well in this one, and they got it going early as the offense took off in the top of the 3rd inning. It was Jeremy Hazelbaker, Greg Garcia stacking a couple of singles back-to-back to lead off, and then Stephen Piscotty getting the Cardinals on the board.
Going to have to protect now. Just put it in play, Stephen. 2-2. Here's the pitch from Pfister. Curveball's bounced to the third baseman, and he's going to get more than that. It gets in the hole between third and short, and the Cardinals are going to pick up 2 runs. Piscotty puts it in play and gets more than that. A 2-run single past the third baseman Bregman.
So Stephen Piscotty would get things going. It would be a Brandon Moss single with 2 outs that would send Piscotty to second, and then Yadier Molina, who's been red hot.
Ground ball inside the third base bag. It's fair. Down the left field line, Piscotty's going to score. Moss will be held at third, and Yadier Molina has doubled to left, and the Cardinals pick up another run. It's 3-0 St. Louis.
So the Cardinals led 3-0 after 3. Jeremy Hazelbaker, our DraftKings daily pick, would go deep in the 4th for the Cardinals and would make it a 4-0 game.
Hazelbaker hanging in there. Full count to him. 1 out for the Cardinals in the 4th. That was a long one to right. Did he get enough of it? Get up. Here it goes. Big fly, Hazelbaker. And it's 4-0 Cardinals. That was a bomb. His 9th home run of the season.
Hazelbaker was our DraftKings daily pick. You can go to DraftKings.com now. Use promo code Redbirds to play free. That's Redbirds at DraftKings.com. Play free today. We heard Mike Matheny talking about in the pregame show getting guys like Hazelbaker into the lineup. They've gotten Randall Grichuk into the lineup as well. Grichuk now in the 6 games since being back from AAA Memphis. An extra base hit in every one of them.
Jerko leads at second. The pitch by Hoyt. And there's a drive right center field. It's in the gap going to the wall. Bouncing off the fence by the Astros bullpen. Grichuk has an RBI double, and the Cardinals lead grows to 5-0.
And then, for good measure, it was Brandon Moss who has been on fire in the top of the 7th with an exclamation point. That was an absolute bomb.
Oh, and there's a long one to right. Stay fair. It does. It's a big fly for Brandon Moss. 3-run home run. And the Cardinals lead 8-1. That ball jumped out of here.
Another multi-home run game for the Cardinals. Now 8 consecutive, 38 of them on the year. And how about some of the offensive numbers to go along with Carlos Martinez? The Cardinals had 4 guys with multi-hit games today. Stephen Piscotty, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 driven in. Moss, 2 for 5 with the massive home run. Yadier Molina, a 2 for 4 day. Jeremy Hazelbaker, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored as well. The offense showing up in droves over the last 2 games in Houston against the Astros. Cardinals 8-2 over Houston today. We'll take a break, come back with more on the Missouri Lottery post-game show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Know how much you're spending and on what each and every month. Know you're on track with your bills and upcoming payments. Know when money is coming in and going out with your PNC Virtual Wallet. Know they're rooting for the home team and you with PNC Virtual Wallet. Simplify your finances, track and budget your spending, and save for the future. Learn more at pnc.com/virtual wallet. PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
What's the cardinal rule of summer in St. Louis, son?
Cardinal baseball, Dad.
That's right, pal. A weekend of Cardinal baseball.
We can't sleep in the stadium, Dad.
The Marriott St. Louis Grand has us covered, bud. Just blocks from the stadium.
Awesome, Dad.
And our room package comes with discounted game tickets.
Super awesome, Dad.
Super duper awesome, son. Let's do this.
Yeah!
9 innings, 1 memorable outing. Get in the game at Marriott.com/Cardinals.
It's time for the Honda Summer Clearance Event at your Central Illinois Honda dealers. And time to get up and go and get amazing clearance lease and finance rates. Your Central Illinois Honda dealers have an incredible inventory, so it's time to fall in love with a new Honda. Check out the completely redesigned Civic or a gorgeous new Accord. Plus, what's not to love about Honda's hot SUV lineup? The HR-V, CR-V, and Pilot, all with clearance savings. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing on the 2016 Honda Accord or CR-V. What are you waiting for? You can't beat the value of a Honda. With Honda Sensing Safety, Apple CarPlay, or Android Auto, you have all the technology you want available. And a rear-view camera is standard on every Honda model. The competition doesn't compare. The Honda Summer Clearance Event is time for you to fall in love with a new Honda. Hurry in for 0.9% financing on Accord and CR-V. Get up and go to your Central Illinois Honda dealers. Visit centralilhondadealers.com. See dealer for financing details. Financing offer ends September 6th.
Rosati's Pizza is so good, it simply couldn't stay in Chicago. From their daily slice special, which includes a drink and a slice for only $5, to deep dish Chicago-style pizza, wings, pasta, and more. Hungry for lunch? Hungry for dinner? Looking for a place to take your Little League team after the game? Think Rosati's Pizza in Urbana. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory Street, Urbana. Call 328-2334. That's 328-2334 or myrosatis.com.
Tired of the same old boring summer? Brighten your break when you fly Champaign-Urbana. Multiple daily connections to amazing summer sights. Sunrises in Maine, sunsets above the Florida sand, coast to coast and around the world right from home. Find your summer flight starting at iFlyCU.com. Fly Champaign-Urbana. Travel pain-free.
Strikes, bases loaded, nobody out in the ninth inning with the Cardinals leading by 6. The pitch, a swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Molina, not far enough for Gonzalez to come down the line. Hernandez went after a pitch in the dirt, striking out, 1 down. The runners lead all the way around, and the pitch to Gaddis. Swing and a miss, got him on a pitch in the dirt. Bowman has struck out 2. Wong and Garcia are the middle infielders. Jerko plays deep off the line at third base. The pitch, a swing and a ground ball to the shortstop. Garcia throws to Wong for a Redbird winner. Castro is out 6-4 coming down to second base, and this ball game has come to an end. The Cardinals sweep the 2-game series, scoring 8 runs last night, winning 8-5, 8 runs today, winning 8-2.
Well, the Cardinals turn things over to the bullpen after Carlos Martinez departed. And a couple of hiccups as Jonathan Broxton went 1 inning, giving up 2 hits, a run, and a walk. Sam Tuivailala came in, gave up a hit, a walk, ended up loading the bases, and then Matt Bowman came in and was absolutely fantastic. Bowman throwing the 3 final outs, getting 2 strikeouts, and then a ground out, needing only 13 pitches to do it. And how good has Matt Bowman been? So he has a 3.44 earned run average now for the Cardinals over the course of the year. And, man, you go over his last 3 outings, 3 pretty good ones. He threw a scoreless inning in Chicago against the Cubs in that Thursday night heartbreaker. He threw a massive inning on Sunday night against the Cubs where he again gave up a walk and ended up having the bases loaded, nobody out, and got out of it, and then gets out of a bases loaded, no out jam today That's going to be our smart choice of the game, presented by Office Essentials, your hometown office supply and business furniture team. Find them at stlofficesupplies.com. And even though today the game seemed very well in hand, he still came in with a guy at the plate that could potentially have made it a 2-run game with one swing of the bat. We know that ballpark. We know the firepower that the Astros have, and I thought Bowman was great again today. You look at his last 3 outings, and while today may not have been high leverage, so to speak, it was still a really, really important spot in the game, and he absolutely delivered. Matt Bowman has been a wonderful arm for the Cardinals in the back end of their bullpen, certainly someone that Mike Matheny obviously has a lot of trust in going to, and I think for very, very good reason. Matt Bowman, again, very impressive in his outing today and continues to be an important part of the back end of that bullpen that the Cardinals will use the rest of the way. It's been Bowman. It's been Alex Reyes over the last week. It's been Zach Duke, who appears to be rounding into form. We'll see what the future holds for Kevin Segrist. As Mike Matheny said pregame, they just really wanted to get him a little bit of rest and take some pressure off him. But man, oh man, was Matt Bowman good again today for the Cardinals. What did the skipper think? Courtesy of our good friends at Fox Sports Midwest. Let's head back to Houston here for manager Mike Matheny and his starter Carlos Martinez. A fantastic outing.
He was just under control, and I mean, he really didn't get there very often to where he really let it go. I mean, he only threw 79 pitches. I think that's just one of those games. It's a great affirmation. One, this is a good offense, and in a park that's tough to pitch in, that style of pitching certainly would set him up in a different circumstance to be able to go full game. And stuff was great. Every time he needed a pitch, there was no real good guess at what he was going to give you. It could have been a 90-mile-an-hour sinker. It could have been a changeup. Could be 97, but also it could be that slider he was throwing at any count. It's just probably his best display of pitching.
How much better is he when instead of overthrowing or trying? It just seems when it comes easy like that, he's much more efficient than effective.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys in the league that would love to be able to back off a little bit and still have that kind of movement to be able to get the ground balls that he gets in the quick outs. And he's learning, and it's a process, and he's paying attention, and he's getting better, and just fun to watch how he takes some, hard lessons like maybe he got in Chicago and how focused he stayed all the way through this game. And he was ready. I think it was just a positive all the way around for Carlos.
Is he using more of his pitches?
Yeah, no, his change up, any count. I saw 2-1 change up today. Saw full count sliders. And, just not afraid to throw anything at any time. And just because he's under control. And obviously it had good action on it, or you wouldn't have had the kind of swings that you had against it today.
Would you say probably his best day of pitching ever? Are you talking
for me? Yeah. There's probably some others that you could argue, but you're concerned sometimes, whether or not when he's just kind of nice and easy like that is something going to happen quick before he starts really ramping up. But you're watching that, and you can see the movement even from the side, the depth he has on the sinker, and then the kind of swings he's getting on the slider. That it's almost like his stuff's better at times when he doesn't try to overthrow it, let alone the ability to put it where he wants to. So, as far as all-around pitching, I thought that was as good as you could ever get from him.
Do you think that was a reaction at all, a response at all to what happened in this previous start?
I think the only intentional reaction was his focus. You saw he looked like a pro. We love the kid side of him too, that has fun. Maybe not having to go up there and take a couple at bats could have helped with just staying with a very consistent routine. Every time he got back on the bench, you look over and he looked like the exact same guy. And obviously there weren't any hits on the board for the first 5. So guys were kind of leaving him alone and making him kind of sit by himself. But it might be a good routine to stick with, because for him it's just going to be how can he consistently repeat something that's successful. And he gets so into everything sometimes that he starts to allow distractions in, and he'll get mad, throw a couple flame balls, get in bad counts, and then find the middle of the plate. And I thought today was just a great approach, how to handle his own mind and his own focus and concentration.
There's manager Mike Matheny after Carlos's great start, and again alluding to some of the things that came unraveled against the Cubs in that Thursday evening game when the Cardinals led 2-0 and then ended up giving up 3 runs with 2 outs. It was the Coughlin stepping out, then getting the base hit. Carlos then misplaying the bunt by David Ross, and again, certainly was nice to see the response today, and it was nice to see how good Carlos looked, how effortless it looked at times. Just 79 pitches needed to get through 7 innings and striking out 7. A lot of times we've seen guys in the past, especially Carlos, when they are getting a lot of strikeouts, Michael Wacha as well, the pitch count will climb, and we didn't see that today. We saw efficiency, we saw ground balls, and as Rick Horton pointed out during the broadcast, I think we obviously also saw a really, really good game plan with Yadier Molina, which we're become accustomed to seeing as well. So it was a great outing for Carlos Martinez and certainly some fantastic steps for the Cardinals starter. That's going to be a really important piece of anything they do down the line. That's how I see it. It's presented by VisionWorks, proud sponsor of Cardinals baseball and St. Louis Eyeballs. One more break, and we're back to wrap things up in the Missouri Lottery post-game show. 8-2 Cardinals over the Astros today, and we have more after this in the Cardinals Radio Network.
Before the start of every game, there must be a plan. It can be the difference between winning or losing. Vitae Foundation gets it. Their well-executed game plan, combining right brain research with targeted media strategies, reach women facing unplanned pregnancies and help them find life-saving pregnancy help centers. That's a solid game plan with a winning strategy. That's Vitae. Life, the game we must win. Check them out at adsforlife.org. This message brought to you by the Vitae Foundation.
Hello?
Down here in the pit. How can I help you?
I need some home insurance, but...
Great! So I can't really shop around to find you a bunch of plan options. Sort of stuck to one provider down here. So put your info in that basket and lower it down.
What?
She places her info in the basket.
I'm going to Trusted Choice instead.
Trusted Choice independent agents are free to shop multiple providers to find you a better plan. That's the freedom Trusted Choice agents have that others don't. Find your local agent today at TrustedChoice.com. Trusted Choice, free to do what's right for you.
It's time for the Honda Summer Clearance Event at your Central Illinois Honda dealers. And time to get up and go and get amazing clearance lease and finance rates. Your Central Illinois Honda dealers have an incredible inventory, so it's time to fall in love with a new Honda. Check out the completely redesigned Civic or a gorgeous new Accord. Plus, what's not to love about Honda's hot SUV lineup? The HR-V, CR-V, and Pilot, all with clearance savings. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing on the 2016 Honda Accord or CR-V. What are you waiting for? You can't beat the value of a Honda. With Honda Sensing Safety, Apple CarPlay, or Android Auto, you have all the technology you want available. And a rear-view camera is standard on every Honda model. The competition doesn't compare. The Honda Summer Clearance Event is time for you to fall in love with a new Honda. Hurry in for 0.9% financing on Accord and CR-V. Get up and go to your Central Illinois Honda dealers. Visit centralilhondadealers.com. See dealer for financing details. Financing offer ends September 6th.
Rosati's Pizza is so good, it simply couldn't stay in Chicago. From their daily slice special, which includes a drink and a slice for only $5, to deep dish Chicago-style pizza, wings, pasta, and more. Hungry for lunch? Hungry for dinner? Looking for a place to take your Little League team after the game? Think Rosati's Pizza in Urbana. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory Street, Urbana. Call 328-2334. That's 328-2334 or myrosatis.com.
Tired of the same old boring summer? Brighten your break when you fly Champaign-Urbana. Multiple daily connections to amazing summer sights. Sunrises in Maine, sunsets above the Florida sand, coast to coast and around the world right from home. Find your summer flight starting at iFlyCU.com. Fly Champaign-Urbana. Travel pain-free.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday morning 7 to 9 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
This Mettler Fitness Tip is brought to you by the Mettler Center, located at Windsor and Duncan in Champaign.
Set realistic goals. Big goals take time to achieve. So if you are interested in weight loss, set a 6-month goal for yourself. Aim to lose 10% of your body weight in 6 months. For a 200-pound person, that would be 20 pounds. For a 300-pound person, that would be 30 pounds. To keep the weight off, the loss should be gradual, just a half a pound to 2 pounds per week.
If you need quick advice on a fitness topic, go to MetlerCenter.com and click on Ask an Expert.
It's all about the best beef, the best pork, and of course,
the sausages.
At the U of I Meat Sales Room. If Coach Ditka lived in CU, I'm sure he'd buy his meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room. The beef is great, the pork is great, but
the sausages
are delicious. Smoked sausage, Italian sausage, Polish sausage, and even brats. It's all fresh, locally produced, and locally grown. Visit the U of I Meat Sales Room near the corner of Lincoln and Florida in Urbana.
The sausages.
Meetings large or small, the Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham in Champaign can accommodate them all. The newly renovated 9,000 square foot banquet space can accommodate all your events. Let the Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham be the location of your next wedding, conference, workshop, or anything in between. The dedicated staff take care of every detail of your event to make it memorable and hassle-free for you. For special offers on weddings, rehearsal dinners, and showers, call a representative now at Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham, 398-3400. Leave the planning and execution of your special event to the team at Hawthorne Suites by Wyndham.
Hey, Scott Johnson here at Champaign Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. August 25th is Champaign Chrysler's first annual Champaign County Law Enforcement Golf Outing. Range balls, prizes, raffles, lunch, and dinner provided. Golfing is a scramble format beginning at 1 o'clock. Registration beginning at 11:30. All proceeds are going to local law enforcement. For more information, call me, Scott, at 217-352-4273. That's 217-352-4273. It's the Champaign Chrysler's first annual Champaign County Law Enforcement Golf Outing. Thursday, August 25th with a 1 p.m. shotgun start. Call 217-352-4273.
Here we go. It is the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Always good. Well, if you're a Cardinals fan, to follow a Cardinals victory here on ESPN 93.5, the home of St. Louis Cardinals baseball pre- and post-game. Every game as we roll along. It is Lon Tay. Jeremy Warner will be here shortly. He is covering Illinois football today. Practice ran a little long, so he's on his way to the studio. The Cardinals get it done today. That is 4 straight for St. Louis as they take down Houston once again, and the Cardinals with a chance to go to Philadelphia, a team that is only 56-64, and kind of keep that going here on the road. Jeremy Warner now joins me.
Buddy.
Don't you love Windsor?
Oh, it's phenomenal.
This last stoplight?
What's this been under construction for?
Oh, I saw something on Facebook the other day, and it said, Back from the Future, and it was Doc.
Yeah.
Back from the Future in 2056, Windsor still under construction.
Still under construction. Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
The Cardinals get it done. I know you were at practice. St. Louis kind of holding tight at that second wild card spot. Pittsburgh now winning, though, in that one. So that's going to be a dogfight coming down the stretch.
Best thing is Carlos Martinez.
Oh,
right?
my.
And just looking like an ace.
Oh.
And that's the guy.
Yes.
That's the guy for you. You know Wainwright, what he can give you, but you need Carlos Martinez to be an ace because once you get into a series or even a one-gamer, the one-gamer might be Wainwright, but if you're going to win that game, Carlos Martinez is probably going to start the next series against the Cubs,
right,
or the Nationals.
It's probably going to be the Cubs.
Probably the Cubs, though, and that's the kind of guy you need on the hill, the guy who can miss bats.
7 innings today, 1 run, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts on 79 pitches. How about Brandon Moss? Today goes 2 for 5, 3 ribbies. He's now up to 54 RBI. I think Piscotty has 56 for the Cardinals. Moss, though, with 22 home runs now. I mean, this guy in a contract year, Jeremy, he's getting paid right now.
Yeah.
He's working that contract.
And last year when they traded for him, I loved the move because you had a year and a half left of him. And if you looked at his, long successful career,
Absolutely.
He'd been a platoon guy, but he'd hit 20 to 30 home runs per year. And last year he was hurt. And you saw what he did in that last month. And I said, that's the real Brandon Moss. And that's why I thought the Cardinals got a steal last year when they made that deal for him because, that's exactly what they needed was power in the middle of that lineup. I think he's got, 4 home runs in the last 6 games?
I think 4 of the last 5 I think
games,
is what it is. And 9, he's got an RBI in 9 of the last 10 games. So Brandon Moss now with Matt Holliday hurt and some of these other guys injured, he's really coming through down the stretch. But some of these guys, Jed Jerko hits a big home run last night. It is truly amazing, and we've talked about it. You brought it up 3-4 years ago, the depth of this team. Hey, next hour when we start around 5:05, Tom Michael, the athletic director at Eastern Illinois University, of course, former Illini basketball player. He's going to join us. We're excited to talk to Tom, kind of get an idea of what's going on at Eastern. They've got some cool stuff going. Of course, football season will be coming up soon for the Panthers. They always start on a Thursday night, which is pretty cool.
And
but
Kim Dameron got into the playoffs again. Those are some big shoes he had to fill. We're going to talk to him at some point next week, but he seems to have gotten that back. And obviously it's a different kind of program than the high-flying Jimmy Garoppolo, Dino Babers days. But Kim Dameron doing a solid job so far. And one thing I want to ask Tom about is, given the budget issues in this state and at Eastern Illinois, that's affected the athletic program. So they're kind of tied with one arm behind their back. It sounds like they have coaches doing multiple duties. They can't fill certain staff positions. So they're in dire straits a little bit. But I want to ask Tom about how you kind of fight that. And, of course, we got to ask him about – I don't know what he's going to tell us.
Okay.
But, a lot of times athletic directors say, I didn't apply for that position. But if you're Tom Michael, an Illinois grad, and you were in the Illinois athletics department for that long, and you're at Eastern Illinois,
you had to have
I think
applied,
it's okay if he talked about, yes, I interviewed. Yes, I was interested in that job. Why would anybody at Charleston be upset about him for having interest in that job?
Yeah, even though he had just started there. I mean, come on, let's be honest. It'd be a great skipping stone up here to the U of I. That's funny you brought that up about. It's not funny, actually. That's not funny. I hate when I say that. The balance woes and the financial woes, and you never think of it affecting the athletic department, but it certainly does
at that level.
Absolutely, because here at Illinois, they pretty much run their own separate, the DIA, et cetera. They have their own money essentially that they raise each year. But you're right, at that kind of level, at the SIU level, at the Eastern level, Illinois State, that's going to affect that. And I know Eastern's been one of those universities that has been hit the hardest basically by the state woes.
And the Cubs continue to cub.
Unbelievable.
They're on a roll since the All-Star break, and I thought this was a phenomenal stat from Chris Comka of Comcast Sportsnet, comparing what Jason Hamill has done to what Jake Arrieta did last year. Jason Hamill in 2016 has a 0.95 ERA, 38 innings pitched, 0.895 whip. Post All-Star break.
Unbelievable.
He has been ridiculous.
I mean,
as bad as he was the second half last year, he's been as good. First 6 starts after the All-Star break. Last year, Jake Arrieta, 1.56 ERA, 554 OPS by his opponents. Hamill, 0.95 ERA this year after the All-Star break, 38 innings pitched, 493 opponent OPS.
You remember when we talked about at the start of the year that my worry would be the bullpen and the back half of that rotation? That back half of the rotation has been as good as a lot of people's 1 and 2.
Hendricks and Hamill.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's not even close. All right, next hour we'll talk more. We're going to give you a solid hour, I promise.
Yeah.
Jeremy was out at football practice. I'll ask him about that. And again, when we come back, we'll visit with Eastern Illinois Athletic Director. You know him, Tom Michael. We'll do it next. It is the Tay and J Show. At Awesome Machine Sales and Rental, we want to be the only place you think of when it comes to renting equipment. From skid steers, man lifts, and concrete buggies to concrete vibrators, floor sanders, and drywall lifts. Awesome Machines realizes that your time is money and that you want good quality equipment at a great price. We are still getting new equipment in, and we're still looking to make your rental experience easy and hassle-free. Simply awesome. Awesome Machines Sales and Rental. Route 45 in Savoy, Route 36 in Tuscola, and online at awesomemachines.net.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. 328-2424. We have pull and we're hooked on you. Tapman's Towing.
With
With the summer's hottest days ahead, Chief Bauer Service Experts reminds you that if your AC system is more than 10 years old, it may be time for a replacement. Because if it fails, you'll get hot, and you might think about doing weird things to cool off, like building a fort inside the fridge. Instead, call Chief Bauer Service Experts and save up to $2,600 on a new Lennox home comfort system. Plus, make payments as low as $99 a month with approved credit. You'll save up to 50% on energy bills and have a written 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com.
There's a time for work, there's a time for play, there's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City.
My name is Justin Taylor, and I started JT Walkers with my family in 2008. We felt like the community needed a gathering place, somewhere people could go to have a good time, reconnect with friends, and enjoy sports. Some of our favorite things. I love seeing our customers' faces when they try our food for the first time, or when they drink one of our craft beers that we brew right next door. It's an honor to be a locally owned restaurant and brewery in Central Illinois. My name is Justin Taylor, and we look forward to seeing you at JT Walker's Restaurant and Brewery in downtown Mahomet.
Live from the Habib BPC studios, this is WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Fox News Radio, I'm Kathleen Maloney. Thousands of evacuations as another wildfire burns out of control in Southern California. Officials say the Blue Cut fire in San Bernardino County has destroyed a significant number of homes, and conditions are making it difficult to fight.
Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. We're going to see wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, low relative humidities in the 5% range. So again, we're expecting to see some spotting and some more extreme fire activity.
U.S. Forest spokesman Jake Rodriguez, the wildfire has burned nearly 47 square miles. $5 million bail for the man accused of setting the devastating Clayton fire in Northern California last weekend.
They're just, 175, 200 homes burned, families that lost everything they own. I can't imagine going through that.
Lake County Chief Deputy DA Richard Hinchcliffe says Damon Pashek is facing 17 counts of arson for several fires. Donald Trump is meeting with the FBI in New York for an intelligence briefing.
It'll be the first time he'll be getting firsthand, real-time information, and it won't be every day. It may be once a week. It'll be by schedule. And what the government promises is that both candidates will get the exact same briefing, meaning Hillary Clinton will hear the same things that Donald Trump does.
Fox's Carl Cameron. Hillary Clinton is campaigning and fundraising in the battleground state of Ohio, again focusing on Trump's refusal to release his tax returns. She's also knocking his tax proposals as favoring the wealthy. Small gains on Wall Street, the Dow climbing 22 points, S&P adding 4, NASDAQ up 2 points, and the Federal Reserve Board appears to be ready to hike interest rates soon, according to minutes from last month's meeting. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
It's National Make a Will Month at LegalZoom.com, so it's time to take care of your will or trust. LegalZoom makes it easy. They're not a law firm, so there's no office visits or paying expensive hourly rates. Instead, you could save over $100 with LegalZoom's will or trust estate plan bundles. And if you don't know whether a will or trust is right for you, don't worry. You'll work with an independent attorney available in 48 states to get advice on what you need. Do the right thing this month at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com.
It's been said that to do a job right, you've got to do it yourself. And that's exactly how we feel when it comes to creating our WeatherTech floor liners. I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. Nothing will protect your car, truck, or SUV against the elements better than WeatherTech floor liners. And they're made right here in America. Protect the front, back, and even up the sides of your vehicle's floor with WeatherTech, the ultimate vehicle protection. To learn more about our full line of automotive accessories, go to WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats.
And Security Secretary Jay Johnson will get a first-hand look at the severe flooding in Louisiana that's damaged tens of thousands of homes and businesses and displaced thousands of people.
We've had between 7,000 and 10,000 people
in anywhere from 30 to 50 shelters. Obviously, that's quite a dynamic number as the shelters are changing each day as the population moves, and of course, as the flood moves to new areas.
National Red Cross spokesman Patrick Pennett. This man in Sorrento is a veteran of devastating floods.
Just got to go with it as it comes, and when it's done, clean it up. Start all over. We actually lost everything in Katrina, came here, and 10 years later lost everything again, just as we're getting ready to go back where we came from before Katrina.
20 parishes in Louisiana are declared disaster areas. The flooding blamed for 11 deaths. Tropical Storm Fiona becomes the 6th named storm of 2016. The National Hurricane Center says it is located about 900 miles west of the Cabo Verde Islands. Tensions remain high in Milwaukee after a police-involved shooting.
The African-American officer who Milwaukee police say shot and killed a black-armed suspect Saturday, which sparked 2 days of violence, is being targeted by death threats against him and his family. The officer has not been identified, and police say they are investigating. Meantime, a reward is out for information leading to arrests and convictions of people responsible for setting businesses on fire. And we've also learned that the man shot in the neck Sunday night and rescued by police is white, and according to doctors, lucky to be alive. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Federal officials estimate damage to businesses burned in Milwaukee over the weekend could exceed several $1 million. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News Radio.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the AC experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to help keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com. Tonight, chance of thunderstorms, a low of 69. Same tomorrow, chance of thunderstorms, high 85, a low of 69. Friday, chance of thunderstorms, high 85, a low of 69. Then it cools off over the weekend, 70s. That's my kind of weather. Right now, it's cloudy, 84 in Champaign-Urbana.
Wait, that's kind of football weather, isn't it? Although it always seems like the first couple of football games of the year, it kind of cranks back up there to the 80s or 90s and gets really hot. So football will be here before you know it. We're midway through August. Baseball's heating up. Cardinals win today. That's a big win for them as they sweep that little 2-game series with Houston. Now they take a day off and head to Philadelphia for a 3-game set with the Phillies. It is the Tay and J Show. Lonte and Jeremy Warner.
We, of course, focus a lot on Illinois athletics, but we do like to talk about some other local college teams, whether it's Illinois State we pay attention to a lot, or right down the road with Eastern Illinois.
And we're going to welcome in athletic director from Eastern Illinois. That's Tom Michael. How are you, my buddy?
Hey, I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. It's awesome to have you on the show. How are things going down at Eastern?
They're great. Really, they are. We've got kids back on campus now. Football's been going at it for a couple weeks. Our soccer teams are here. Volleyball's been practicing. Cross country reported today. So, you know, when you get kids back on campus, it brings a lot of energy back to things and really makes it an exciting time and really emphasizes, you know, why we're all in this business, and that's because of the student athletes and hopefully being able to provide them a great experience at what they do.
Well, Tom, you recently celebrated your 2-year anniversary at Eastern Illinois as the athletic director there. How do you kind of reflect on those last 2 years?
Well, it's gone by very, very quickly, and it's been an amazing experience. You know, some of the issues that we've had to tackle, some of the things that have come up, and a lot of that has to do with the budget. You know, has been really good to be a part of. It's been trying at times, but every situation is difficult in its own way. But to be able to get accomplished what we've been able to get accomplished in 2 years is a lot of things that I'm really proud of from the standpoint of, you know, this year we balanced the budget in the athletic department, and when I came on board on the third day that I was in the office, it was actually August 14th, I think.
Remembers the date.
That I got an email and said, hey, by the way, athletics was $986,000 over budget.
Wow.
And, something that we didn't talk about in the interview process or anything like that. But, in 2 years, we've been able to correct that and do a good job with the budget, as difficult as it's been. And we set records academically for our student athletes this year, both team GPA-wise. We had 69% of our student athletes have over 3.0 GPAs. Our team GPA was 3.26, and just outstanding things. And then we finished 1.5 points out of winning the Commissioner's Cup this year. And that's something that, in the OVC, where one team finishes one place higher, and we win that doggone thing. And so, from a competitive standpoint, that's what we want to try to get done too. So it's been, Jeremy, the 2 years have gone by quickly, but the experience has been outstanding. And most importantly for me, it's reinforced that I know that I'm doing what I love. And to be able to be in a profession that I can wake up every morning and be excited about what I'm doing and the purpose that we have in terms of making a difference with our kids. I feel very blessed to be in a situation like that.
Well, Tom, I'm glad they handed you that kind of budget problem right away, because you have dealt with the budget crisis in this state, and we all live in this state, and we know what's going on in this place. That's affected you guys way more than a big program like Illinois.
Sure.
Can you tell our listeners, how has that affected, coaching staffs, all of that? How has it affected what you guys do as an athletic department? Well,
as much as anything, it's just dealing with the negative perception out there. It's when our coaches are out on the road recruiting. It's answering the questions, in regards to what Springfield is doing, and the message from our president, President Glassman, and what I relay to our coaches and staff. EIU's here. We're here. We're open. We're going to be here, and we're going to be strong. And we've got kids that have certainly bought into that. Our coaches have embraced the piece of let's go out and find kids that really want to be here. But it is that negative perception out there has created some challenges. It's certainly negative recruiting. That people outside the state, in our conference, et cetera, are using, but it's just something that we have to get through and get around and find those kids that really want to be here.
Always exciting to talk to Eastern Illinois Athletic Director. He's an up-and-comer, Tom Michael, former Illini basketball player. You know him, former Carlisle sharpshooter as well. Tom, you spent a lot of time around athletic directors after you finished your time here at Illinois playing. But what about this job? I guess minus the budget, because that would be interesting to anybody to say, hey, by the way, here's this. Besides that, what has surprised you most about taking over as the guy, as AD?
Well, I think the one thing that is the plate is so big.
Yeah.
So, you can't get bogged down in trying to solve every problem because, only the problems that really can't be solved are the ones that come to your desk, because everybody else is, the ones that can be solved, they're taking care of them. And so the ones that can't be solved, but you have to trust your staff, and allow them to have, the responsibility to be able to make some decisions. And, when you're in charge of the entire department, that was probably one thing that took the biggest adjustment. But it's, I've got great people here,
sure,
and they work extremely hard and allow that to take place. When you come in, I think the other piece that I learned, and I was fortunate to be able to allow this to happen is to come in and just be patient and really. That was in the first couple months that I kept telling myself, when I would be coming into work in the morning or leaving at night would just be, just be patient and see how things are happening and developing before you just come in and try to do it with a sword and a sledgehammer.
Sure.
That doesn't work. And I think that's allowed people to understand that I'm here to help facilitate necessary change, but also understand the history and traditions that have been here and not just change it because, well, that's the way Tom did it before and that's the way it has to be done now. But understanding that they have a purpose in everything that's taking place too.
Well said. Let's switch our attention now to football. Kim Dameron, who's going to join us next week. Excited to talk to him before you open the season on a Thursday night again. He had some huge shoes to fill, Mike. I just called you Mike. Tom, when he came in for Dino Babers, how would you evaluate the program under Kim Dameron right now?
Well, I feel very fortunate that Kim and I have a great relationship. Kim was hired in January and then I was hired in July. But I feel that he and I are on the same page philosophically in terms of how the program should be run, and what needs to happen in terms of staffing and how we go about getting the job done. I'm certainly not in the team rooms, the position rooms, or anything like that, giving any kind of advice in terms of football philosophy. But he and I are on the same page with what's taking place with that. So that makes that very, very comfortable in terms of having sometimes it's difficult conversations, knowing that it's a place where he knows I have to tell him no in different situations. He respects that, and we're able to have those conversations. But he also knows that I'm going to fight my tail off to do everything I can to help the football program and his guys, his staff, have the success they need. And so that's a very, very healthy relationship. And I think going into year 3. For Kim, we're ready to really make some progress. He did have some big shoes to fill with what Dino did, and certainly having some weapons with Jimmy, particularly Jimmy Garoppolo in the backfield throwing the ball around. But he has certainly changed a little bit of the philosophy from. We're just not going to outscore everybody. We want to play some defense, and our defense won a ton of games for us last year. I think our defense is going to be solid again this year, but I also think that offensively we're going to be more balanced, both running the ball and throwing it around a little bit to win some ball games on the offensive side as well. So it should be an exciting year, and we're really excited about September 1st and Western Illinois coming here. And there's all kinds of energy too with the NFL season starting, and we're going to be potentially one of 2 schools that have 2 starting quarterbacks in the NFL on opening day, and certainly the only institution in the country that has a starting quarterback, a head coach, and a general manager. Wow. That's something that folks here at EIU need to be awfully proud of, and something we definitely are. And it talks about the history and the tradition of our program for sure.
And Greg McMahon's not a bad coach as well, assistant coach in the
cool
NFL. We know Tom Michael. You're a basketball guy. That's where your heart is. Jay Spoonhour's made some gradual increase in conference wins. Just what do you make of where that program is?
Well, again, I'm fortunate that in the two highest profile programs that I've got coaches here. Sometimes there's a motive when you get a new athletic director that, hey, they got to bring in their own guys. One, I don't have that ego. But 2, it doesn't make any sense for me if you've got good guys that fit the program and are doing a good job, why you would have to make a change like that just to put your stamp on it.
Sure.
So, I do with both Kim and Jay, we've got great relationships, and I've spent a lot of time with Jay here on a couple different things here just today. Again, we're on the same page, and I think the biggest part is that they know that I've got their back. They know I'm going to fight like crazy to help them be successful in every possible way that we can, and I know that they're doing the same thing. They're working their tails off to have successful seasons, to bring kids in here that represent EIU in the best way possible, academically, socially, athletically. And so when there's that respect there, boy, it makes the relationship work really well. But Jay is continually building the program. I really feel like we're a better program at the end of the year with the recruits that we've got coming in, based on the guys that we're losing as well. So now at some point in time, I hope we've got, a great class that's leaving that will be hard to replace. But we're moving the program forward, Jeremy, like you said, and I think that we've got an opportunity to be pretty good again this winter and take another step in the direction that we need to. And our goal is to win the OVC tournament. To get down to Nashville and win that doggone thing and get that automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, and that's what we're going to keep working for.
Yeah, and as a guy that went to Southern, it's amazing what getting that automatic bid can do to any athletic program. It's just one of the coolest things as a student, especially, to get that into that NCAA tournament. We're visiting with Tom Michael, Eastern Illinois Athletic Director. A few more questions for Tom. Tom, kind of a macro here, I guess, kind of an overview. What are some of the next steps for you in terms of your athletic department?
Well, there's certainly all kinds of facility upgrades that we need to keep a pulse on. But in the 2 years that we've been here, we've completed a complete renovation of our men's basketball locker room, which was about a $350,000 project that we raised money for to get that project done. And really what I've tried to do when I got here, they had this big master plan, blueprint for success, and new football stadium, new basketball arena, new everything. And I just looked at it and said, that's not realistic for what we're trying to get accomplished. Sure. And to have some facility plan that stretched out for 20 some years or something didn't make sense to me. Those things would all be great, but it just didn't make sense because they hadn't gotten anything accomplished on this blueprint for success. And so my philosophy has been let's get some projects that we can tackle, that we can get done, and that make a difference for our student athletes. So a couple of those projects have included some locker room upgrades, and we just completed our baseball locker room upgrade this summer as well, and we've had some success fundraising for those two projects, and we've got hopefully we can get a weight room renovation project here for our two main weight rooms done here, hopefully in the next couple of months, working with someone on a proposal for that. So, my whole philosophy here is based on how do we affect the experience in a positive way for our student athletes. And certainly the weight room project is something that I think can really help from a recruiting standpoint. And then obviously as our student athletes are here for their 4 or 5 years, training and being in that environment will certainly help us from a success standpoint competitively.
Well, Eastern Illinois Athletic Director Tom Michael, I know there's a certain PR handbook for questions like this, but given that you're an Illinois grad, you come from here, you're on the rise in the athletic department business. When that Illinois job opened, I think it's okay for you to talk about that you had interest in that thing. But what was your thought when that opened up, and how involved were you in that process?
Well, certainly spending 18 years there in the administration and spending 15 years with Ron Gunther and what he had taught me so much about the administration side, and then all the different coaches that I worked with, both from a revenue, non-revenue standpoint. And, Coach Kruger was unbelievable in the short amount of time that he was there. And just, that's when I got to Illinois, is when he started, and he just, still stay in touch with him on a regular basis, and just what a great influence. But then, also spending 5 years there as a student athlete. So I had 23 years on that campus, to where, we had put a lot into the successes, and building what it was. So, certainly, when that took place, there was certainly an interest in that. And, I think the biggest thing that certainly people were saying and are saying, I think that it was critical that they get someone with Illinois ties.
Sure.
And certainly, I had an interest in the job, but Josh and I are friends, and I think it's great to have Josh there. And if it wasn't going to be me, that's certainly who I would have liked to see in that place. Josh and I, we'd spent time together, and we've stayed in touch over the years, and we still talk.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
He's going to do a good job, and with that, and I'm happy for him, and hopefully they can have some success as well.
Thank you for being candid on that,
agree.
because I don't think there's a problem with you having interest, and you were one of the first guys we thought of when that job opened up. And a lot of
Illini fans would have loved it.
A lot of people talked about you need an Illinois guy.
Sure.
You saw what worked. You saw what didn't work here, Tom. Why do you think that was important, and what do you think is key for Illinois to be successful from the AD perspective?
Well, I think that Josh is the piece that he's doing in terms of engaging people and building their trust back into believing what the orange and blue really represents. And particularly when you ask people to invest in your program financially, supporting your teams by buying tickets and coming to the events, they have to trust what you're doing and believe in what you're saying, and that you're genuine with it. And I believe I'm doing that here at EIU, and
sure.
and I didn't go to school here, I didn't play here, but I do think that people understand and believe that that's what I'm representing here. It's likewise, I don't think it has to be an alum is not the only person that can do that, but where Illinois was at in this period of time, I think that was especially necessary. And Josh is doing that in terms of bringing folks together and understanding that he's genuine with his desire to make Illinois good, and that piece of it is critical. And if you can't be genuine with what you're doing when you're talking to folks about the program, and if you can't talk about it with energy and enthusiasm and passion, people can see through that. Sure. And that's what I'm doing here when I talk about our kids. I just met with our cross country team as they reported today and addressed them, and if they can't see how energetic I am about them being on campus, how can I ever expect them to go out and compete with that same passion for EIU? And I think that's just part of what we have to do on a daily basis as we interact with our student athletes, with our staff, with faculty, with donors, with community members,
sure.
For everybody to buy into what we're doing.
Well said. Tom Michael, do you ever sneak over and just shoot hoop just once in a while? Just
those days have been over for quite a while. Now I just my son Nate is playing down at McKendree, and they're going to get to play at Illinois,
yes,
which is really exciting for him. But now I'm just rebounding. So I'm a volleyball. I shag volleyballs and I rebound basketballs. So that's my extent of getting on the court.
I love it. It's always nice when your kids are better athletes than you were. So that's what's great. That's awesome for Nate to come up and play at McKendree. That would be great. Tom Michael, one of the great guys, athletic director, Eastern Illinois University. Love following your career. Look forward to following it more, and always appreciate your time you spend with us, buddy. Thank you so much, Tom.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate and listen to you on the way home often. So you guys have a great day, and appreciate your support of the IU.
Thanks, you very much. Appreciate it. Panthers AD Tom Michael.
I'm so happy he was candid about that Illinois part, and because he can offer a perspective that very few can.
Amen.
Being under Ron Gunther that long, knowing what worked with Ron, knowing what didn't work, but really knowing what didn't work with Mike Thomas.
Correct.
And he hit it on the head. Mike came on radio shows like this, on the station across town, a lot to try and connect with people. But his personality and his background just did not connect with people.
It didn't.
And that's one thing I think Tom would have been able to do.
Yes.
But I think Josh Whitman is even better at that.
Yeah.
And I think, Tom's doing a great job down there, but I think it was important for somebody that can connect to Illini fans and not... sometimes Mike tried to show that he was enthusiastic.
Right. No, I agree.
But didn't come across as truly enthusiastic. It was like, this is my job. I want to be really good at it.
Sure.
But did he care at the end of the day as much as a Josh Whitman?
No.
I don't think so.
I think it's that simple, and maybe that's not even fair to Mike Thomas.
No, because I think he tried to do his best. I don't think it was like, I'm here, I'm going to try and get my next job or whatever. Maybe that was down the line of what he wanted.
Right.
But at the same time, he had to do well here.
Yes.
So I just think he had different motivations. When one's your career aspirations, the other one's just, this is the job you want.
Exactly.
And you want this thing more successful than anything in the world.
I love when we throw out grade point averages, and Tom Michael did it. But if there's one guy, he's super smart, man. Tom Michael is. If there's one guy that definitely probably looks at those grade point averages and looks at his teams going, this better be up, kids. And it is. And they're doing it at Eastern. The other thing, you couldn't ask for a better guy to get that kind of a note handed to you. Oh, by the way, we're stripping. What did he say? $96,000.
Well, no, they were in the black.
In the black. 96.
Or is it in the red?
It's in the red.
In the red.
So it's
I run a business.
I know. Well, I do, and I still don't. I don't ever want to be there. So
we overspent by $900,000.
Right.
On your third day on the job.
Yeah.
And he said they didn't tell him that during the interview.
Oh my goodness. So run with that, Tom.
Yeah,
Good luck.
there you go.
Super guy.
Oh, the state budget. Yeah. Deal with that.
You can handle it, and you know what? He has.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has, and I didn't realize Eastern's athletic programs were that good to where they almost won the Commissioner Cup. Wonderful stuff. Always fun to catch up with Tom Michael. Again, we'll catch up with Kim Dameron, head football coach at Eastern, next week.
It will be cool to see Nate Michael.
Oh, that's awesome.
And McKendree come in here. They're a Division II school, so that won't count towards Illinois' RPI.
That's one of those the first two
games.
It'll
count towards their record. No, it's a full game.
It's official.
It's an official game, but it doesn't count towards your NCAA tournament.
Got it.
Only Division I games do that, but that's going to be on Tuesday, November 15th here at the State Farm Center.
How cool is that?
So that'd be a pretty cool moment, I think.
Especially for Tom. I think Nate probably played there during the when they had some of the high school games. I know they did. I'm sure they did because St. Joe had great teams.
Still playing against Illinois.
Absolutely, but playing against your dad's alma mater, that's cool.
Illinois also playing Wash U in an exhibition game. Josh Whitman's
crew. All right, so we got a lot of connection as we go along. All right, that was a pretty long interview with Tom. We appreciate that, but hope you enjoyed that. Always great to catch up with some former Illini. If you ever want, if you ever want to weigh in on the Tay and J Show, that's pretty dramatic. 359-2255. You can call us on the Jupiters at the Crossing phone line, or you can text the Chief Bauer text line 359-2255.
We got 28 good minutes in us. Yeah. We're going to hit on a lot of quick topics here.
Beach volleyball?
Jeremiah Tillman, beach volleyball, men's basketball and Olympics, some Illinois football talk, also some Illinois ticket updates.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that.
Yeah, I talked with Jason Hegemeyer a little bit today, so we'll talk a little bit about that.
So we are talking beach volleyball, though?
Yeah.
Sweet. It's the Tay and J Show.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. Did you lose a tree over the winter? Do you live in a new home and the sun is beating down on your yard or house? Or maybe you've just been putting off year after year, coming up with an excuse why you haven't planted a tree. In any case, now is the time to let Country Arbors plant a tree for you. For a short time, Country Arbors is discounting the planting charge of all our trees. Why would you want to go through the work of hauling and planting a 10-foot tall, beautiful tree when Country Arbors will do all the work for just $100 and will guarantee our work for up to 5 years? So schedule your tree planting today. You can visit countryarbors.com for more information and directions.
It seems like in every home, there's at least one room that's either too hot or too cold. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Mitsubishi Electric has your comfort solution. Mitsubishi Electric cooling and heating systems are up to 40% more efficient with no ductwork and whisper quiet. Individual room control, giving you the freedom to find your perfect comfort level and save money too. Make your whole home comfortable again. See Lance Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for your comfort solution and live better.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Lands is your local Mitsubishi Electric Diamond dealer. Our technicians are experts at solving your comfort needs, one room or your whole house. Let us show you how a Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Cooling System can save you money now. Your comfort is our priority. Call Lands today at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or find us online at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Experience what makes Eastland Suites the best.
Like options for families, including the biggest indoor pool in the area, arcade and Sarisa pizza pies in the lobby.
Families that stay with us also love the free Wi-Fi to keep the kids entertained and the fitness center to keep us parents in shape.
And Tanya, don't forget we have meeting space available for social events. Oh, and being right off the interstate. Complimentary hot breakfast each morning and...
Experience the best. Experience Eastland Suites. Book online at eastlandsuitesurbana.com.
The Snyder Company.
It's getting hot out there, and Chief Bauer Service Experts reminds you to tune up your home's air conditioning system before you need it most. Because if that system fails and you get hot, you may think about going to weird lengths to cool off, like napping with your head in the freezer or building a pool in the living room. Help prevent breakdowns and call Chief Bauer Service Experts for $41 off a precision tune-up. Regularly $120, now only $79. You'll also save up to 30% on energy bills and keep your system running at its best all year long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. What will you do during the next market correction? At Provident, we believe a sound financial plan is the surest way to avoid panic during market volatility. Contact us today to put a plan in place for you. Find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network.
Provident, partnerships built on trust.
Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Bunny's Tavern, the best kept secret in downtown Urbana since 1936. Come enjoy $13.50 mix and match domestic buckets 7 days a week. Enjoy Bunny's 10 big screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the summer weather. On Fridays, enjoy a dry battered or grilled cod sandwich all day and all night. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, Bunny's Tavern may not stay a secret for long. Come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 75 years. Bunny's Tavern.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy. Coach Mike Ditka is not just talking sports. What will he say next? Hear him here Monday and Friday mornings from 7:30 to 8 with Brother Johnny and me, Stevie J, on ESPN Radio 93.5.
It's time! Oh, wait, we don't do that anymore! Dang it.
Hey, interns to do that now. I need more time to be a daddy.
We did let Nathan to Sutter. I want to go a little... Yeah, here we go.
Take it down.
We let Nathan take the day off since we were on so late today. Cardinals get the victory. How about those Cardinals? They are so stinking good. I know there's Cubs fans listening right now. Cardinals, I'll tell you what, they're going to be dangerous. They face those Cubs in the playoffs.
Halftime of USA basketball in the quarterfinals against Argentina. Argentina, a very good team. Yeah. USA went on a 27-2 run.
There you go. Pick it
they
up.
They were down by 10 points at one point. They won a 27-2 run. They lead 56-40.
Wow.
And that one. Also,
I want to ask you real quick on that.
Yeah.
Who's the big dude for Team USA basketball?
DeMarcus Cousins?
Not DeMarcus Cousins. Oh, it doesn't matter. But he said today,
Kevin Durant?
Nope, not Kevin Durant. I think he plays center because Durant's like a guard, isn't he? He said today, I should know his name, and I apologize. I'm throwing you on the under the bus. He said today that a gold medal would mean more to him than an NBA title.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan. Do you believe that?
No.
I don't either. And I was talking with one of the guys here at the station about that.
I think maybe losing the gold medal would mean more than an NBA
Could be.
title.
It could be.
I don't know about that. We don't remember people for their gold medals in basketball.
No. And that's not taking anything away from a gold medal.
No.
We would all
it's
love
just
to
in
represent
that
our
sport,
country.
the epitome is winning an NBA championship because it's much harder to win an NBA championship than it is to win an Olympic gold medal for the U.S.
The only sport I thought that maybe that would be different would be hockey. Because it's such a pride factor between Canada, especially the Canadians, if they would win the gold. I think that means a lot to them. But I think if you took baseball, football, the Super Bowl, the World Series, those are all going to matter more than an Olympic gold.
I agree with you.
I think so.
I think hockey, they'd still rather have the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, let's be honest.
Yes, I think it's awesome for them. I think it means more for those guys than it means for basketball players or even baseball players when they had the gold medal. Now, when it was college, I think that meant a lot.
Big time.
More to those guys.
But you're right. Getting your name on the cup on Lord Stanley, I think that would mean more. Now, I interrupted you.
Spencer Patton has been called up by the Cubs. He's the yo-yo guy in that bullpen. Chris Coughlin with a right rib bruise has been placed on the DL. So local boy Spencer Patton gets the call up, former Parkland kid. So he's been going back and forth, and he's done better this year than he was before. When we had him on the show,
right,
MLB player on the show, he was saying, I'm more comfortable in that yo-yo role, and that's what Joe Madden told me. He said, hey, you do your job. You're probably going to get sent back down, but we're going to call you back up. Right, that's going to happen. So just be comfortable with that. If we send you down, you did nothing wrong.
Well, and like I told you, think about if you're Spencer Patton right now, you're pitching for a team that has the best record in Major League Baseball. You've got the comfort of knowing you've got such a big lead in that Central Division. And look, you've done your time. Whether you make the postseason roster or not, if this team would win a World Series, you're forever going to be linked with that Cubs team. That finally, after 108 years, you were linked and were on and part of that team that ended up getting the World Series. That would be pretty cool for Spencer Patton going forward.
So we mentioned it yesterday, but the news is official. Jeremiah Tillman, the Illini commit, will be transferring back to East St. Louis from La Lumiere Prep. He said he wants to be closer to home, wants to be close to his parents. A lot of Illini fans will freak out after this.
Should I?
But he told the Belleville News-Democrat that he's still solid in Illinois. I do understand a little bit of nerves when something like this happens because you go back to St. Louis, different people are in your ear. Jordan Goodwin just committed to SLU. But from what I understand, Tillman doesn't like that. I mean, he doesn't like that Goodwin kind of just went off script because I think the plan was to go to Illinois together. And then Goodwin decides to do something else. I don't think Tillman's very happy about that. And if he didn't come to Illinois, for him, why would you go to SLU?
No, right. No, I agree.
And I think part of what Goodwin is doing by going to SLU is he wants to be the guy.
Yes.
He doesn't want to be overshadowed by anybody. So I still think Tillman will end up at Illinois as long as Illinois makes a tournament. John Grove's still here. Jamal Walker's still here. So I still think at this point, but in recruiting, anything can happen until you get that name on the dotted line. But he's transferring back to East St. Louis. I think the bigger concern would be the reason he went to La Lumiere Prep was to get his academics in order.
Exactly.
And he did that. He's gotten them in order, but still you need to continue that.
Right.
East St. Louis, obviously there's not as much structure as there would be at a La Lumiere Prep. There's not people on him as much.
No.
You'd hope that, his mom will be there pushing him, but that would be more of the concern for me. Yeah.
That's fair enough. And getting him down in East St. Louis, maybe would they match up with Goodwin down the road with regards to that would be an interesting showdown.
Here's the interesting thing. Jordan Goodwin was a lock to win Mr. Basketball in this state.
Oh, that's true.
Now Tillman comes back.
Woo!
Goodwin was the lock to be number one prospect in the state of Illinois.
Forget you, Jay Good. You're no longer my boy.
He's now number 2.
Okay. Behind Jeremiah
So Tillman's like, okay, you want all the pub? Well, I'm coming back.
I'm coming back, and we'll see what happens.
I guess that's one way you could look at it.
Exactly. Now, Illinois has a big weekend coming up with Trent Frazier visiting campus. I believe he'd be here probably on a Friday, I assume.
Yeah, usually Friday through Sunday.
Okay, so, are you hearing any word on that?
He's got 2 visits set up, guys. It's Illinois and Georgia.
Okay, and they started so late in the process. Georgia did.
Illinois,
but then again, SLU got Goodwin, so
right.
I'm not going to discount anything.
Georgia's closer. That's the only thing they got going for them.
Great point.
But Illinois has the roster around him. They've been working this guy longer than anybody, and he fits perfectly into what John Gross wants.
Yes.
Turn on Semisonic, closing time. That's what this weekend is.
Boom.
And if it doesn't happen, doesn't mean you won't get him. Maybe he goes on another visit to compare, and then he makes his decision. But Trent Frazier's been calling Illinois his leader for the longest time. I don't think there's anything like he's trying to get more offers or anything because of that. I think he's being honest. This is a time you can close, get him on campus for the first time, sell him everything you have been selling him for the longest time, make him feel comfortable, and I think you got a great chance to close.
Here goes me, because I always come up with these scenarios. So if Frazier does commit, with Goodwin not committing, do you think Gross only takes 5? Only uses possible. 5 of these scholarships instead of I think if Goodwin commits and you get Frazier, now you're at 5, and then if you could add a guy like Mine Kerr, or
Victor Yunmo.
Good call on that one. Is it Kier or Kerr? I always say Kerr.
It's Kier.
Doesn't matter. Kier. It matters if he comes here. I'll be happy to say his name right. But I think with Goodwin not committing, maybe. Well, we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. It's up to John Gross and his staff, but I could see maybe just 5. Then you definitely have that scholarship next year for a guy like Tim Finke.
Well, your biggest need isn't the wing. Your biggest need is still point guard and another post player. Right? Because then you'd have a lot of depth at point guard in the next 3-4 years. You'd have depth when Jeremiah Tillman goes pro at some point. You'd have a guy who can come in and replace him. You're going to need another post player down the road. But you'd feel a lot better about yourself long term there. Wing, you got about 6 or 7 guys.
That's a great point.
Next year for 2 spots at the 2 and 3. And you got to remember, Kipper Nichols, if they think he's good and that he's this good and he seems to fit the role of what they want, which is an athletic guy, the junkyard dog kind of guy, defender, that's kind of what they want in this class. Well, Nichols has 4 years left. Right?
Wow.
I mean, he's got half of this year, most likely.
And he's built like a senior right now.
And then 3 more years after that. So they seem to really like Abu Kigab, the kid out of Canada. They're also recruiting Nogel Eastern. But for me, the bigger priorities would be point guard, wrapping up Frazier, and then to get that other athletic big man. And they need to get those kids on campus, and I still think they have a lot of work to do in those recruitments. But that's what I'd rather have first. And if you don't add a wing, then yes, I'd go all in on Tim Finke in that 2018 class where you can get a little bit more class balance because wing isn't the most important.
Without a doubt. All right, you were at Illinois football. When we come back, Illinois hosted a transfer target yesterday, I guess. I want to ask you about him and what position he plays. Also, you were able, I think, to talk to Jason Hegemeyer today. And he's got kind of a ticket up. He got some good news, really.
Yeah, they got some good deals going on, and they've gotten a lot of great responses. So they're really hyping up these first couple games of the season of Lovie Smith, and for Illini fans, they're basically paying you to go to these games. So.
True. Yeah. It's very true, and I'll be there. So, I mean, how cool would that be to be
it's kind of
in
big
the
draw.
Stadium with me?
I mean, there's Lovie Smith.
Right.
There's the defensive line,
and
Wes Lunt and Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah, they're decent. Yeah, they're right in there.
The Nachos.
Yes.
And then Lante.
Lante's down in the horseshoe. It's the Tay and J Show.
Brick's Wood-Fired Pizza in Champaign isn't your typical pizza joint. Their dough is made fresh daily, only with the best ingredients, sauce, and cheese. Stop into Brick's for their daily lunch special. A half pizza with your choice of salad or soup for just $7.95. With gluten-free and vegan options, Brick's has pizzas to satisfy anyone's taste buds. Brick's also has hot and made-to-order sandwiches along with freshly made salads and pastas. For dinner, make it Brick's Wood-Fired Pizza at the corner of Neal and Devonshire in Champaign.
From executive producer LeBron James.
I need this, like yesterday.
Cleveland entrepreneurs get a chance to compete for their shot at success.
That will be a game changer for me and our business.
I believe your hustle is going to make this happen. We got work to do now.
It's hard work, but it's totally worth it.
Cleveland Hustles. Premiere episodes Wednesdays at 10.
Everybody can have great ideas, but you have what it takes in here.
Only on CNBC.
Check out the new Honda BMW of Champaign, formerly Twin City Honda BMW, and still located in Savoy. These guys are crazy for used vehicles. Truckloads of pre-owned vehicles, 25 to 50% off the price of a similar new model. And not just Hondas and BMWs, cars, pickup trucks, and SUVs of all makes. Financing options on used cars as low as 1.9%. Just drive by Honda BMW of Champaign and you'll see from the street that this is a new dealership. Honda BMW of Champaign, online at drivechampaign.com. MaxTwinCity.com.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. Finding the perfect solution for you, guiding you through the options, helping you through a claim, and adapting to your evolving needs. Since 1997, GTPS Insurance has provided coverage for your car, your home, your business, and your life. As an independent broker, GTPS Insurance Agency will shop around until they find the right coverage at the best price. Contact a GTPS Insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
None of us can predict the future, but that doesn't mean we can't prepare for it. How will your family survive when you're gone? And how do you know if you have enough life insurance? Beacon Insurance makes it easy with their convenient life insurance calculator. Visit www.beaconinsurance.com/life calculator. Then talk to your local independent Beacon Insurance agency about a life insurance policy that will give you peace of mind and keep your family financially stable in the future. Life insurance from Beacon Insurance always goes beyond the expected. This Mettler Fitness tip is brought to you by the Mettler Center, located at Windsor and Duncan in Champaign.
Learn delicious ways to cook healthy foods. Gradually cut down on fat, sugar, and salt in your usual recipes, and watch how your taste buds adapt to appreciate the natural taste of foods. Use citrus juices, herbs, spices, oils, and vinegars to add amazing new zest to your food, while you reduce your reliance on fat, sugar, and salt.
If you need quick advice on a fitness topic, go to MEttlerCenter.com and click on Ask an Expert.
Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday mornings 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
ESPN 93.5 is welcoming back U of I students with our Welcome Back student bags powered by the Prospect Bank.
That's like tomorrow, isn't it?
Look for our crew on Quad Day this Sunday to claim your bag with deals and offers from the Accord, Ragstock, Rosati's Pizza, and much, much more. Plus 10 lucky bags are stuffed with a $100 Visa gift card. It's our Welcome Back student grab bags thanks to the Prospect Bank and ESPN 93.5.
Okay, I think the kids move in for the most part tomorrow move-in day. I saw all
traffic tomorrow. Can you imagine
signs.
Windsor tomorrow?
Oh my goodness. Are you gonna? I mean, you'll be at practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah,
you may as well go just park now and spend the night.
I might as well go down to Philo or go down to Tolono and then come up. That's the easier way.
Probably what you ought to do. And of course, tomorrow on the Tay and J Show, everybody will need to listen because it's always the day. I think there'll be 6 years running or 5 years or 6 where you and I will give our thoughts of how we first moved into college. I think we've done it every year. That first initial step onto the Carbondale, and it all started for me with a really hot blonde. So you want to be around tomorrow to hear that story.
I like this.
Yeah, it's a good tease. All right, Illinois had a transfer on campus yesterday. Now, this isn't a transfer, obviously, for this year. Mm-hmm. It would be for next year. Who is he? What position, et cetera? Should I be excited?
Kentucky tight end Darrell Long was on campus yesterday. Good-looking kid.
Okay.
Saw him and was telling somebody, I go, well, he looks the part.
Right.
And you look at his high school film, Scout had him as a top 20 tight end out of high school, but he went to Kentucky, redshirted his first year, and then he played last year but didn't have any catches.
Okay.
They got another transfer in, and they had another recruit who are kind of ahead of him. So he decided to transfer last week. But if he wants to play next year, he's got to make a decision really quick and enroll, because he's got to sit out an entire year, right? So he's got to enroll here pretty quickly. I'm not sure how all in Illinois is on him, but he makes sense. I watched his film. I don't know if he's great at one thing, but he's a good-looking body, but they need bodies next year because you lose, even though I don't think tight end's a very strong position, you lose Tyler White, your starter, Andrew Davis, who's going to contribute, Ainsley Johnson, who I don't know how much he's going to contribute, but he's been doing more this fall than I thought he would. So there's 3 guys.
Wow.
Now you have 3 freshmen right now, and Griffin Palmer, who I've been surprised by out of the St. Louis area, Andrew Trainer's huge. He just needs to add more strength. And then Zarian Holcomb, who is really interesting as a receiver, but he's playing receiver now. and he's so thin. I don't know if he's going to be able to bulk up enough to play tight end.
I got it.
So they need a tight end to come in and contribute next year, and it's a really important position in Garrick McGee's offense. So it depends on what they think of him as a valuation or as a player, but a tight end transfer makes a ton of sense for a team that needs somebody to come in and play next year. He'd have 2 years of eligibility left.
Okay.
Even though he sat out as a redshirt freshman, he'd have to burn a year. Sit out again. So he'd lose a year of eligibility, but he would have 2 left. So for Illinois, it just depends on, do you think he's good enough to use 3 years of scholarships and only get 2 out of him?
Fair enough.
But he's a very talented athlete, and he would make sense from their roster perspective.
Caleb Reams, isn't he a tight end?
Yeah, he was in a walking boot today. I wasn't able to stay afterwards and ask Lovie Smith how bad that injury is. But, they put a walking boot on anything that's even remotely sore.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
If you just have like a sore toe, they're going to put a walking boot on
so you don't hurt it.
Yeah, so you're not putting any unneeded pressure on that. But he was limping off the field pretty good yesterday, and he's been an emerging player. And when we talk about tight end, he's the guy I think would be the starter next year. He's short. He's about 6'3", maybe. But he's a heck of a pass catcher.
Okay.
He's getting a little bit leaner. He was a little overweight during the spring.
Yeah, he had a little baby fat.
Yeah.
A little bit,
So he's getting a little leaner. He's one of those kids that if you were 2 or 3 inches taller, you'd be like, oh boy.
You're right.
But if you were 2 or 3 inches taller, he wouldn't be at Illinois.
Amen.
Exactly.
So
he's a guy you'd want to get healthy, but he's probably a backup right now. Next year is when he's probably really going to have a huge role.
Speaking of short, I was able to listen to you work Sunday. I was at Media Day, and you were interviewing a lot of the freshmen, I think, and a lot of the newcomers for IlliniInquirer.com, and one of them was Kenyon Jackson, and he's a defensive tackle or end? He's a tackle. And you started it out by saying, let's just get it out of the way. You're not the tallest guy. And he started laughing. He's got his smile brightens up a room.
It's awesome.
But
the video, I only put this out there because you will love some of these freshmen.
Yes.
Dominic Thiemann was really impressive. DeLay Harding was really impressive. But we had this freshman focus series, and Kenyon Jackson's, though.
He was funny.
He was my favorite interview because he is just a fun kid, and he loves playing football.
But he's playing good football right now. You're impressed with him.
Nobody has surprised me more than Kenyon Jackson.
Wow.
Because he's 5'10". He's a 5'10" defensive tackle, and like you said, I opened up the interview basically by saying, "Listen, you are not a tall defensive tackle."
No, not at all.
And he laughed and goes, "No, I'm not." But he bench presses 425 pounds 3 or 4 times. He's really quick off the ball.
Okay.
And a lot of defensive linemen say the lowest man wins. Well, he's got that.
He does.
He's got that. He's not going to knock down passes, which sometimes you want out of your defensive lineman. But he gets low, and
some penetration.
His handwork, that combat with his hands, he is so far advanced for a true freshman.
That's awesome.
I hope he doesn't have to play this year.
Right.
But he could.
Well, you know why? Because next year, there's going to be a lot of holes you got to fill. Starting quarterback, there's going to be a lot of holes, but that defensive line, you lose almost everybody.
Yeah.
And
He's your top 5 guys.
Yeah, and you start worrying all of a sudden, all right, you got Jamal Milan back.
And what else?
But what else, right? So I guess this makes you feel a little bit better with him.
I actually, one big pleasant surprise, and I'll do a top 5 later this week of my things I feel better about after camp, is the future depth at defensive tackle.
Nice.
Now, defensive end is pretty much a black hole.
Right.
Henry McGrew is a solid player. Sean Adesanya is really not doing anything live.
Okay.
Brandon Jones is probably 3 years away.
Wow.
The freshman. But defensive tackle, when you have Jamal Milan, who I think is a future high draft pick in the NFL if he stays healthy, Kenyon Jackson, who I really, really like, Tito Odenigbo, who I think is a good rotational player, solid rotational player, and Tamir Oliver is a big boy, a freshman that was committed to Rutgers, and Illinois got him to flip. I don't think he's going to be great, but kind of like Odenigbo, I think he's going to be a solid rotation player. He just needs a lot of technical work, things like that, but he's a big body. So I feel a lot better about the defensive tackles depth in the future than I did before camp.
Fair enough. That'll be interesting. We'll have a lot more with camp. What do we got, 4 days left?
3 practices left.
3 practices left. Unbelievable.
With training camp, and then they get the game prep.
Then they start getting into, and I assume you guys can't attend that one.
No.
Okay. That's
Big
off
Ten
limits.
Network will next week, but we cannot. But that's okay. I think we've seen enough.
But for Illini fans that want a chance and haven't had a chance yet to go see these guys practice, hello, Lon.
Yeah.
They'll be tomorrow, Friday, and probably Saturday?
Yeah, that's it. good.
And then that's it. So I'm going to try to get out there Saturday.
Next 2 days are 11 to 1.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay. Thanks for the input.
Thanks for the short show, and thanks to our guest, Eastern Illinois Athletic Director Tom Michael, of a full boat of a show.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
I felt like I was as good as I can be today.
You gave a good hour and 10 minutes, Lon. We all know that's a lot longer than you normally go.
I worked 2 extra minutes than you did.
You did.
Duly noted as we go along.
You're going to feel it later tonight.
Cardinals win today, by the way. That's the good news.
Cubs
we'll
will
see you tomorrow.
Win.
Oh, no,
Sox will probably lose.
It's the Tay and J Show.
We suck.
An ESPN Radio Mike and Mike Extra Point with Adnan Verk and Booger McFarland.
Demanding meetings with players named in the Al Jazeera report. The NFL does technically have the jurisdiction, the power to act in this way. But I'm curious, they just say, Booger McFarland, you're named in this report. Unless you talk to the league, we're going to take action against you. Your reaction would be what?
I would first take a look at the report. Is it a credible source? Mm-hmm. And if the source is credible and I got nothing to hide, why not talk? Like, I think that's the perspective of a guy who knows he's done nothing wrong and a guy who wants to make this story go away. These guys, it's lingering out there, and they're not having this conversation. And by not having a conversation, it's becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger story. And, Tom, for me, if you have nothing to hide, why not talk? Like, don't hide behind, the perception or let's not set precedent. If you have nothing to hide and you've done nothing wrong, clear your name, move on, let's go play football.
Hey guys, ready to start your semester? Thought so. But don't worry, we've got you covered at JCPenney. Hurry in and find guys Levi's 511 slim fit jeans for only $39.99. That's the lowest price you'll see all season. Or come in and get 20% off with your JCPenney credit card and coupon on select items. Create a look that will make you stand out the whole semester. That's getting your pennies worth. JCPenney. Coupon required. Valid 8/17 to 8/23. Levi's and some other exclusions apply. 20% off subject to credit approval. Check jcp.com or your newspaper for coupon and details. Season refers to the time period from 8/10 to 9/5.
O'Reilly. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and purchase 5 quarts of Castrol GTX High Mileage Motor Oil and a MicroGuard filter for $22.99. Plus, earn double O Rewards points on this offer and a $10 O'Reilly gift card after mail-in rebate. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Country Squire Cleaners, serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 40 years, provides customers with quality service at a reasonable price. Shirts and suits, dresses and gowns, even suede and leather. They can do it all. Country Squire Cleaners offers same-day shirt service and 1-hour dry cleaning. With 3 convenient locations in Champaign and home delivery available, there's a Country Squire ready to serve you. Country Squire Cleaners, West Springfield, South Neal, and the Village of the Crossing, Champaign.
For great deals on your dry cleaning, visit CountrySquireCleaners.com.
Live from the Habib BPC Studios, this is WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.